Please, blue join. All right, can you stream or TWX? Can you record this? I could try, bro, but I don't know. What are we going over, bro? Tell me why I just woke up like Loki. I was gonna trade anyways today though, but this looks like meh. It was wasn't that good. Um, like this fair value I kept holding is pretty obvious just because the way the daily candles for me. Just like a seek and destroy type of week, but gotta go back to this and Wagi. But I think someone didn't you say gold was clean? Let's see. What? Are we looking at the same thing? Ah, not bad. Let's maybe it's like some SMT going on here. This looks a little bit cleaner, right? Yeah, like weaker asset. This candle. Yeah, I think I like this a little bit more. I'm gonna look at this drop here. Wait, do we have SMT with previous day's high? No. There's got to be SMT here, right? I would hope. I tell you what, this looks good though. Like this. I know there was SMT like right here with this fair value gap. Let's just pull it up. Oh shit, this reaction is way better. Yeah, yeah, it's actually not bad. If you're gonna target towards these low, it just delivered over here. But yeah, no, yeah, I would definitely trade this. But if you're gonna trade this here, I mean, even trading like off of this, it's not really a breaker, but just this fair value gap in general is not bad. Or you could drop down. You can always drop down and lower your stop loss. So the new 4-hour open right here. You take this fair value gap. I mean, it's like a mitigation block damn near. So let's look right here. There's 10 a.m. over here. 10 a.m. is right here. Yeah. So since the reverse was already like put in at 10 a.m., we already reversed. It's just gonna usually just drop, and we're opening up inside of a 5-minute fair value gap. So yeah, that this little trader here would have been nice. You obviously probably would have held a partial, maybe held the full thing and went break even and got stopped out. But it delivered over here. Yeah, not bad. But I thought was it yesterday that was clean? I think. No, not yesterday. It was I think it was this day. But I think CL was like pretty clean too. I think I'm looking at the wrong market. Look gold. Mm, I like not really that clean. Like we had the model, use my model, where this candle right expands. If we're gonna get a new phase of price, gonna happen this candle. We get the small opposing run supporting expansion back in the range with SMT. But yeah, and then you don't really want to fade like this day here, bro. You don't really want to trade much farther back in the range because now you're just fading the weekly candle, which is very the small opposing run and a very large move down. So really, like a TGF scenario where you're like trading back in the range already happened Thursday. So Obviously wouldn't be a TGIF. I would have liked this to happen though. Us to sweep this high, have a little run into this fair value gap, and then a displacement away. That would have made this really nice. EU? Sure. Haven't looked at Forex in a minute. Let's just delete all this shit. Bro, no way. What, it's like the same scenario where we didn't we just left this open. Interesting. Wow, no wick. Cool. Yeah, that's just weird price action to me. It looks a little bit better over here. It gapped up, and then the new day opening gap is kind of supporting it. It's consolidating, and then you make the low day in London session. So my bias would be based off of. I mean, it's like the same thing over here, I guess you could say. I just don't see this as a reversal, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't really make that much sense. It doesn't really look clean enough to me for me to anticipate a reversal. But I mean, market's gonna do whatever it wants, right? There's like a 4-hour fair value gap. No, we do sweep the same highs here, like all these little ass highs. I just want to look at what this looks like on a lower time frame. See the difference between this reversal here and whatever the fuck I'm looking at right over here? Looks a lot better. I mean, if you're gonna get involved here, it's like where do you put your stop loss, in my opinion. But I mean, this is like pretty free. As soon as we see this reaction, like you're gonna go to this low, so it's not bad. And where's the 4-hour open at? And at this point, you have this reversal candle, right? This is, makes the manipulation. You have the reversal backing, the reversal signature backing that, which creates the wick. And then we close off here. And so if you're going to continued, expansion to the downside, you have a bunch of lows here. But you have to anticipate an open high, low close for the next 4-hour candle. And it's just going to open up into some already existing order flow. So like this fair value gap, this is where that next 4-hour candle high is going to be created, right? It could have been created up here, but like if you're going to use T-Trade's model, like this is really good for it. Like when you're trading continuation, even though this is not his model technically, on the 4-hour and 15-minute, it is on the 15-minute time frame. You guys can see it. I don't know if you guys can use his model, but I'm not going to say it all. But I'm just curious. Let's see if it's here. Oh, it definitely is, bro. Gotta be right. Yep. Um, anyone in here in Fractal or in Lens? Oh yeah, Bane. You see this right here? You see why this is applicable to his model? But anyways, it doesn't even have to be teacher's model. Like honestly, just you're just going from right 15-minute. It's already aligned. The 4-hour is aligned. We're already anticipating a 4-hour open, high, low, close. The daily candle at this point is what? What does it look like? I really hate how there's no wick. Like that's ass. But look how it's an expansion candle. Right, we're trading aligned with an expansion candle. The previous 4-hour candle manipulated, right? So we can anticipate price, drawing towards, some lows or whatnot. Maybe there's like a fair value gap down here. Yeah, like fair value gap down here. And also, the key thing is look at the weekly profile. It's also a weekly expansion candle. So yeah, it's a very nice profile too. Honestly, Tuesday high of the week, same thing. Where Thursday we retrace because Wednesday took out all these lows. So I would have loved this, dude. This would have been like so clean if we like created SMT with this high or took out this high. It would have been super, super, super clean. But yeah, at this point, you can look to the left as well. What do we also do? Right, disrespecting sell side. PD arrays, right? Drag them out. Look where this 15-minute little fair value gap aligns with, right? This hourly inverse. So not bad, pretty clean. And then you also have this opportunity here. Same thing. It's like you either have the option to enter right here on the 15-minute, right, on this breaker block. Right, never mind, you don't need to get tagged. This fair value gap, or you can drop to lower time frames. I'd rather do that. And then you have another opportunity here on this um, order block, right, with fair value gap. And this is always the best type of order block. It's when it's almost like a V shape, right? It's the same thing right here, because this is manipulation, right? So it's just the best. And I want to see if it's the same model right here. Bar replay though. It doesn't look as clean, to be honest. Uh, I'm not seeing much, but yeah, this is pretty nice right here. Wonder if anyone caught that. What about like 5 minutes? I mean, if you're one of those people that just don't wait for retest on the 5 minute, I mean, here's one. But I really like this here. That's a really good trade. Yeah, just weird how we just left that. I don't like that. What about like the Euro charts? Or sorry, the where is that at? Yeah, I want to check this. Just curious. Okay, we did create a little wick on Euro futures, but yeah, we still didn't take out the previous high or anything. But yeah, what else? I didn't even look at NQ today, bro. You play any games? I used to play games, but no, not anymore. We're not going live right now. But yeah, CL. Yeah, we can look at CL. I thought CL was clean yesterday too. So like at this point, right here, let's just look at the weekly candle. I don't really like it to support bearishness, but the daily candle does support bearishness. So does the signature, right? But I really like this day. Let's go over this day first, right? I'm gonna bar replay it. So at this point, coming into Wednesday, you have the previous day creating the new weekly wick, and it's also a small weekly wick, so it actually supports this manipulation, right? Because small wicks create expansion candles, right? And when you manipulate, you have to expand, so those two support each other, right? And now we have to see the signature of reversal, and that's what we see. We see an expansion into the low, creating intermediate term low. We have an expansion away, and then we leave these equal highs, which is really nice. And then we make a rather large opposing run, which I don't love, but it's created inside of a key level, right? We're still leaving all these highs, so that's why I like. If we did the opposite, where we took out the highs first and then made this run, totally uninterested. But since we have all these highs, it's very nice. And then we create this SMT inside this key area, and then we have the 10 a.m. open right here. So if manipulation already happened prior to 10 a.m., what will that 4-hour candle do, right? It'll just expand, right? Manipulation, expansion. So I thought it was pretty clean. See the daily wick right here. And again, since this is a large wick, can't really target much like, way up here, nothing. Your target needs to be just right here. Because again, a small opposing run would support that expansion through the high, but this doesn't really do that, to be honest. There's no reason to target past this anyways. This PA here is like to be honest. It's not really that clean, but I thought this was really clean. And I'll show you on RB real quick because there's SMT right there. Right here. I'm just curious, is there a 30-minute model here? Oh, damn, it's inside bar. About 15. Okay, there it is. Mm, 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 mm. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if it's modeled here. Okay, I would trade this candle here. Yeah, it is there. Anyways, go back to like the 3 minute that I really like. Okay, so the 10 a.m. open is right here. Where the hell is that? Right here. And then I'll show you the 4 hour real quick one more time. So again, this candle inside internally to this wick, we have that hourly SMT, and we have the hourly key level to the left. So now we're expecting price to attack these failure swings, right? With this next 4 hour open. Pretty simple. And then yeah, it just looks like a little bit better here too, Loki. Like we have I like this PA, right? Because we have this manipulation with SMT. And you have this wick like holding, but now we're also closing not we're not closing through the upper half of this wick, but I like how it's bullish, you know what I'm saying? And this would be viewed as more like retracement. So I don't know what the hell. I don't like how this wick like was bullish and bearish at the same time. Kind of ugly as shit. I think we actually take out this high first. No, we actually don't. Like I don't know why we came down here, which I don't like, but it is what it is. So this is why I would prefer to wait for something like a redistribution, like after we take out this high, because this I just can't trust. You know, like what key level is to the left? I don't really know. Maybe this short term low, but not clean to me. So I would wait for something like this. We have this opposing candle, right? The open has already happened where we already created the low and we're trading away from the open. That's good, right? And now I would need like some, SMT and stuff. So we take out this short-term low. Now it's just about confirming this area, really. Then we expand to this low, right? And then we consolidate this inside bar. So again, it's just like expansion, reversal, retracement, expansion, consolidation, reversal as in manipulation. And now we're expanding away, right, from this key level. And then you have this, which I thought is really clean. And this fair value gap too. Does that make sense? So I'd rather wait for stuff like this than like this bullshit. Like just demand what you want to see, and you get a very clean expansion. Does that make sense? And also, what you have here is you also have a new 1 hour open. So when you open up the new hourly candle and the lower time frame is already aligned, you expect the low of this hourly candle to be formed inside of this range already because of this signature and price and everything before it. So I thought CL yesterday was clean, even though it's RV, it's the same shit. Yeah, near. But yeah, today it was all right. It's like the same thing. Like I thought this was super clean. I just don't like how we're making this retracement all the way up here. Like why? Like I'd rather have the small retracement sweeping this high and then go. Kind of like it just throws me off. So I would just wait. It's like the same thing. I need like a little bit more confirmation, really. I would just wait for price to start breaking down through the 50% of this range pretty much. Just for extra confirmation. When I really see this right here, so it's like this expansion with this little consolidation here. You manipulate this little high. And mind you, there's no SMT. There's SMT right here. But there's no SMT with any of these highs or nothing. So that's why I would wait personally. But yeah, I'm basically waiting for this signature, right? Expansion. You see these little inside bars? That's just consolidation lower time frame. Then we manipulate the high, and then it's met with expansion. That's what I want to see. And then once I see this consolidation and expansion again, now I know we're in bearish order flow. So entering on something like this is a lot cleaner now, you know, because we're also disrespecting, 50% range. Also have a new open on my side. There's a 30-minute open, but it's also, if you look at the 1 hour candle, you're also inside of a 1 hour expansion candle. See that? Yeah, it's pretty clean. This is like all I found that was clean. But this totally makes sense to be honest. I just don't like the weekly candle, but expansion, melt expansion, right? We consolidate, expand again, more so like retrace or consolidate and then expand again. And now we're just bullshitting, right? More so like seek and destroy almost. We're just leaving equal lows and stuff. But you have an hourly fair value gap here, and the daily candles on your side. Where it has that small opposing run, we're leaving the open. So now when this happens, you don't necessarily want to fade these candles, even though you're fading a weekly candle. The thing is, you have manipulation on your side, so it's okay. And then, once we have this right here, bro, like it's gonna at least come to here. Like, why would it reverse right here? It doesn't make any sense, right? It's gonna attack this low. We have this PDA. You could have took this low for sure, and then this new week opening gap, maybe this low, but I don't know if we get there. That might be too greedy. Q&A. Yo, what it do? Why stream quality is just. Is it laggy and blurry? Is it ass? I can change it. Is the stream quality ass? Okay, it's good. Maybe it's your internet then, buddy. I'm playing. I just okay. Let me cook. Do not show me this shit again. I'll give you a happy face. All right. All right. What should I put it on? Should I put it on 1080 resolution? Or what is? I don't understand what the frames do. Is frames at 15 good or 30? 60, bro. You think I have god internet? Last time I did this, it like kept crashing. All right, it's there. So we'll try it out. Better now? We'll see. We'll see if it can handle it. Yeah, if it goes out, I'll just go back. All right, what are we doing now? What are we going over? Today's recap on indices. Yeah, let's. I haven't even looked, dude. I haven't even looked. The reason I didn't really care to trade today is because damn near every asset that I trade, it already expanded. Like, yeah, look at its ass, dude. Like, there's no like I don't think there's a really it's like all-time highs, I think, right? And like what the fuck? Yeah, like I'm not trading today, bro. And it's what news is it again? Like fucking FOMC or some shit. Oh, where'd my news go? Oh, it's right here. Oh shit, I thought there was news. Oh, that was yesterday. I'm an idiot. Yeah, anyways, like no news, like as well. Like I'm good, bro. This is ass, as expected. It would be different if like um yeah, these are cool. This is Asia highs. That's fine. It's wish we left the previous high. That'd be cool. But we can look inside of here and see like what's up. Yeah, buddy. Like what? Okay, this is all right. This looks okay. Like as far as the 4-hour candles go, right? You have the 2 a.m. candle making a low, and then into a fair value gap. Oh, let me guess. My stream broke. Unless someone just added me. Go back. It's ass. Oh my god. I'm telling y'all. Let's try a. Let's try. Maybe not 60. 60 is greedy. I'm not Elon Musk, bro. Go 30 time frame rate. All right, let's try this. Yeah, I did 30. Can I see on screen? I think okay. Anyways, yeah, this is not bad, not terrible. Just the way the 4-hour candles, formed. We have the 6 a.m. sweeping the 2 a.m. low. If you know my model, this is literally it right here. And then we look for 10 a.m. continuation. You can just see the low resistance liquidity, right? You have all these stacked highs, previous 4-hour highs. And then you look for the 10 a.m. open to form in some relevant area, some PD right here, maybe sweep a low or something. So we had to pull up like quarterly asset here. Is there S&P there? Oh, ES is fire though. Oh yeah, ES is way better, bro. Y'all see this shit? Look, you have S&P here. You see how we leave these highs, bro? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's way better, dude. We sweep the low, and then we have that small opposing run supporting expansion. So I'm curious to see when this expansion happened. Oh, this is so good, bro. This is way better. We, damn, I wish we created like SMT here. That'd be cool. We didn't. Yeah, I would trade ES though, like 100%. This is way cleaner. Like you have the expansion right lower, met with expansion, and then you get consolidation, and expand again. And then at this point, you have like a breaker over here. Yeah, but longs were fired. Like, look at this consolidation. It's so clean, bro. It's very clean. See here. Okay, this is 8:30. Okay, look at this. This is why this also supports longs as well. Even though there's no news at 8:30, when we're bullish, like when we have a reversal already put in, and before these time openings, like 8:30, 9:30, this is when those openings will just retrace usually. So you see how 8:30 retraces, right? That's a good sign, and then it expands. So yeah, that's a good sign. It's what you want to see if you're bullish. Um, and then we have like some 15-minute gap over here to the left, I think. Um, I'm in the 5 minute right now, yeah. Okay, and then you have some small SMT here, right? We run this law on, I guess not, equal those. I mean, we actually do get SMT, right? We run these out on NQ and not on ES. That even supports it even more, right? And then you get this TSD. And then we're just looking at openings. So we already know the 6 a.m. candle is an expansion candle, right? We had this expansion, this consolidation, and at 6 a.m. we manipulate this little low, and then we expand away from the open. So now that's aligned with us, right? We already have a draw on liquidity, and now it's just about being aligned with 1-hour candles as well. And that's what you see here. So the 9 a.m. candle, we run out this little low, the short-term low. We already have the S&T, and now we CSD. So now you have the 1-hour low protected by a CSD. You have, obviously the draw liquidity and all that. So this becomes a pretty good entry. Not bad. And then I really like these entries up here. They're pretty fire, especially this one right here because the draw is not taken, and you're already aligned with a 1-hour candle expansion. I'm curious to see if there's like 1-hour price action right there for 1 minute. Where we at right now? I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's right here. Right? Looking for any SMTs for now. No SMT until here. Let me get some SMT put in over here. And again, it's revolving around that new 1-hour open. Have the opening like right here. No, where? Okay, right here. So we make a little move up and we come down, right? into this opposing candle, but also that breaker, right? Because at this point we closed over it, and now we create SMT, and we also have this. It's like a consolidation here, but it's really not because look at NQ, we're creating lower lows, and here we're just creating just like equal lows, but yeah, it's SMT. And then once you get that CSD, this could be a possible entry because now you have the new 15-minute open on your side. Fuck. Oops. So you see the open is right here, or where is that? It's actually down here. So we manipulate right at the 15-minute open, and then we create that CSD, right? Kind of like the entry candle CSD that trade teaches. And yeah, it's like pretty clean. And then after we take out the drawn liquidity though, I'm not interested, to be honest. So honestly, we already took out the draw liquidity at this point, but it's all right because we have SMT, we have this key level. So anything past this little high, it's like, man, I probably wouldn't even trade this to be honest. But yeah, ESO's clean though. ES is not bad. NQ wouldn't trade it probably. What else to look at? Oh, I can't do that. I don't think. Time of comments. Maybe I can, but what the fuck is this, dude? I don't know what that is. Dude, I'm a Discord bot. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. No idea how to do it. All right. Yeah, I think we need admin for that. Yeah, exactly. I want Garrett to touch on invalidation, grading key levels. Okay. Invalidation. Oh well, if you're gonna look for a, there's a like what invalidation are you talking about? Like, for like open high low close or maybe an invalidation for a key level. Um, because essentially like if you're going to trade away from a key level, my invalidation is really like say this is a like a high or low right here. This is your invalidation or something. Um, let's say you have everything aligned, right? You have the CSD here, and then we open up a new candle right here. My invalidation really would be like this. There's many like variations of this, but I don't want to see a really deep retracement. Whoops. What I don't want to see is a very deep retracement up into here like this. That's an invalidation for one. I'd rather see something like this. I don't even want to see a price come up here. I'm not gonna lie, but even if it does, even if it comes high though, I need to see some sort of, depending on what how this delivered right here. If it's expansion met with expansion, then I need to see a consolidation, ideally, and then sweep that high out, creating high resistance. So now the high of the 4-hour candle, let's say in this case, is now like a intermediate term high, and I could trade that lower. But if it does some shit like this, creates high resistance down here, expands way through here, and then gives me like a retracement signature, then that's an also invalidation because again, this is not expansion met with expansion, and now you have this high resistance here. Probably gonna expand again. There's like so many variations. There's a variations for like daily candles. If I'm gonna trade a in a continuation candle, let's say this is gonna be a very bad drawing, right? Let's say I want to trade away from this key level, so I want this high to be swept. Okay, if it goes open low, right? Creates a, like a valid low, maybe like 2 a.m. and then expands up here, like that's also invalidation. I'd rather see this. I'd rather see like consolidation, whatever. Small pulls going here to then target like these lows, you know? I'd rather see something like this. What's another one? Like a bunch, bro. Can't really think of anything else. What was your other question? Also, obviously, like this is an obvious one. Like you can even with this example, right, where we'd be anticipating price to go from internal to external. If this 6 a.m. candle did something like this, like it's so important that it does this exactly here. A small opposing run to support expansion. And invalidation would be like if I said like if it went up here and then came all the way like this, like that's not what I want to see. I want to see it go down first, right? I want to see manipulation then to expand. That's what I'd rather see. Also, if it just did something like this, drifting too far away from the open, then it wouldn't support expansion. You know what I'm saying? It's actually pretty simple though. Also, this is just an obvious one, I guess, maybe, is like when we open up to see how we already have the reversal candle. So what I mean by we're going to open up and we're already going to be near some key level, like in this case, it's right here. Like I want the candle to form inside of this key level, right? Because order flow is already bullish, so I don't want to see this order flow being disrespected. I see this low of the candle be formed inside of already existing order flow, you know? Does that make sense? So if this got broken, that's like another invalidation. You know what I'm saying? Not fun. This PA is so bad. But yeah, it's gonna go to these highs. And creating key levels. It's really a higher time frame thing, bro. Because like 1 hour and stuff, it becomes like pretty easy. We need some examples though. Need to go to like maybe can't even use any of these expansion candles probably. Maybe like this day. I think I traded this day. Yeah, I did. So like, I don't even know how to say it. Hmm, like I'll tell you why. Like this key level was really good. This I traded this. So the reason why this is such a good key level, not only is there SMT here, that's not really why exactly why, but it's the way this daily candle formed. So at this point, what does Bari play it to here? See how we've already traded the high of the day, and we trading away from the open. This is just a retracement, right? So it's more likely to close bearish than bullish. Like that's what I'm basically saying. You want to trade with the expansion, and this little retracement into this fair value gap with S&P as well, right? That's like really good, right? And you have the open right here. You have the candle open, the 4 hour candle. So again, it's just going open high into the key level first, and now we're looking for the low close. So now I'm aligning expansion candles, right? The previous day hit this key level, it closed an expansion candle. So this is when we require, you know, we're going to use the previous day's high as a reversal point, and then I would have to have that CSD, right? There's no CSD inside this candle. So does that make sense, kind of, on why this would be a good key level? Um, it's another one. All right, maybe like some people would like look at this fair value gap as a good key level. Absolutely not. This giant fair value gap. Does anyone know why? Anyone know why this is terrible? Big fan. What's up, Udron? Maybe not say your name, honestly. Yep, expansion already happened. We already hit an objective. So what happens after we hit an objective after expansion? You just you can get whatever phase. You can get retracement, consolidation. Also look at the candle's range. It's already freaking hella fat. So you can't expect price to hit this fair value gap and then freaking go all the way up here. That would be a massive range. Right? So like you just have to understand like these things, I guess. I don't know. But I think understanding phases of price is the most important part. You can filter out so many key levels, right? Because not every key level will support a reversal signature. That's an easy one right there. Also, you need to have key levels supported by candles, as in um, exactly what we're doing here. Like, let's like over here. on the 4-hour. You see how this, as soon as this 6 a.m. opens, we have the possibility to create an expansion candle. And now once we have that CSD on the lower time frames and stuff, now this candle is supporting the internal to external model. Does that make sense? Versus this candle here, when we hit the key level, it does not support it. Why? Because look how far the open is. It cannot be a bullish expansion candle. So we look for the next time opening. Okay, I'm missing your questions, Rave. Let's go here. When you using daily swing low as key level, daily swing low as key level, and framing reversal from it, then would you use some up close above it objective? Let me read that shit again. Hold on. I don't know what you mean by swing low. Uh, some up candle OB above it as objective. And oh, as objective. No, I don't really use opposing candles as objectives. I use them for distribution. Like, I don't know what this question is. I don't really understand it, but um, are you talking about when a full on swing formation forms? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about like the next day model? How to apply standard deviation is during manipulation. So like out of it has to be from a key level where you expect distribution to occur, and you're just gonna project the last um manipulation leg. So like in this case, this is tiny. Like this is why I don't really care about standard deviation in microcap. Um, it's just a confluence. Like I already know my draw on liquidity. Like cool, it aligns with here. But yeah, you just whoops, you just project the last manipulation leg. Actually, aligns crazy. Wow. You see how when we hit the -2 is when we expect some like retracement or reversal. You see how this doesn't look like a reversal here? Not a reversal. Why? We have failure swings. So if we did something like this, we took out this high, then expanded lower, then it could support it a little bit more, but does not do that. So it's important to know like when price retraces, look at the highs, right? Not does not support reversal really. When you look at the 15-minute time frame, this is really what you want to see, right? Expansion, mouth expansion. You see how we expand into this high and expand away, right? It's kind of like that V shape, and then you can get a new phase of price, right? So when we expansion and then expansion, these are the lows, you get a new phase of price. Same thing right here. Expansion, mouth expansion, new phase of price. Just retracing. You can see either key level here, like a fair value gap, but it's really easy to see on ES because it's a stronger asset. And then you see the bullish order flow. So that's how you actually know that this is expansion, is because these opposing candles are actually holding. And inside of expansion is when you actually get um, opposing candles holding and key levels holding, right? And then obviously on ES we have this extremely obvious buy side. uh, Yo, broski may ask, what did I go wrong here? Based on weekly profiles, I was waiting for to get fed up, confirmed with a daily profile. Wait, what asset is this? In queue. Oh, um, yeah. I mean, I could see it. Like, let me see your entry. But you kind of missed it, to be honest, in my opinion. If you're gonna trade like the this expansion, I would have traded here. What time was this though? Probably. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, but you kind of like missed it, to be honest. Let's see what you took though. Are you taking the inverse per value gap or something? Here's what I don't like about this. Well, first of all, I just pointed out where this is not a reversal signature right here, but also it's what 830 did, and it just confirms this bullish order flow. You see how 830 we made a posing run down? That's what happens when you have a already a reversal put in, and this is when 830 and 930 will continue. It'll make that opposing run to the actual drawn liquidity. So the drawn liquidity is high. So when the opposing one down, we just sweep a low, these equal lows, and we instantly reject them. So that's one, like for one, this supports expansion. But there needs to be like some SMT here or something, which I don't know if there is. Um, but yeah, you just got the narrative wrong, to be honest. Like it does make sense for a TJF, I guess you could say. But the thing is, the high, you're trading away from a high, right? That is kind of irrelevant, to be honest. Because what time did this get created? This high at midnight open. That's not a relevant uh time, to be honest. And honestly, we kind of just consolidate after we take out this high. This is not a reversal signature, in my opinion, right? Look how we just fuck around, and then we on the new no, never mind. Not on the new 4-hour open. At 5 o'clock, like, whatever time this is kind of irrelevant too, honestly. We just melt, right? But we're just leaving all these highs. Then you look at ES. ES is like, it makes it really obvious, to be honest. Like, look at this. Absolutely not a reversal signature. I don't care if there's S&T here. Not a reversal signature. We already expanded, right? And then we create S&T right here. You see the difference between the SMTs that are created? Look how we like instantly expand away when the SMT is created, right? And then we have that 4-hour close. So it's this candle that creates SMT. NQ is in a fair value gap. So basically, you're trading, kind of fading that, right? So if you look here, NQ hit the fair value gap, right? And this is the SMT right here. And now when you enter here, I think you entered at 10 a.m. or something. For one, I think you're fading a expansion candle at the time. For one, right? A reversal into expansion. I don't know when you entered, to be honest. I think if it was post 10 a.m., yeah, no bueno. But even if it was here, right? Yeah, just fading a 4-hour candle as well, So, but yeah, and yes, like it made it obvious. Like not every SMT is meant to hold. That SMT basically did its job. It was just to retrace, you know, pretty much. This is literally just expansion, consolidation. You see how we're inside barring inside of one candle, and then we have the manipulation, right? Because we have SMT with this candle. This candle does it. So then we look to the next candle to expand. It's all good though. Um, for surely, what we want? All right, did I answer? I think I answered that question. What if the candle that hits the key level already is a reversal candle? Well, that's good. Wait, at when it closes, that's fine. Um, let's just look at some examples. So it's essentially like this, though. So like the next day model, right? Is what you're asking? All right, so if it's like this, ideally with like a longer wick or something. When we open up, this is when it doesn't even have to be a reversal candle, by the way. It can just be a candle with a long wick. We want to see that signature of either like this inside of this wick. Right? Expansion, mouth expansion, or something like this. Either or is a reversal signature. All right, we need to hit a key level, obviously, to even frame a reversal off of. Ew, why is this so gross? Let's say we hit a key level and we consolidate, we expand it into the consolidation low, expand away. So now I have an AMD, right? This would be the manipulation right here. And then let's say the candle opens right here. Let me try to make this better, dude. Why does it look like that? Whatever. Let's say the new candle opens right here. All right, so at this point, we already have a CSD. So now we obviously want to see a small opposing run to support expansion away, right, from the reversal. So where can we form the low of the candle? I mean, it's really just between this low and this high. And I ideally do not want to see the 50% of this candle disrespected, right? So you're usually going to see something like this multiple ways. Just we make an open low first and then expand away. Now you have a propulsion block. Ideally, we make this run at a relevant time to create the low day. But depending on what asset you're trading, like Asia could be totally fine. But yeah, I want something like that, or you're gonna do something like this. Maybe you open up even higher, where we have a more of an expansion inside of this candle. So this would support the idea of an Asia consolidation because what do we do after expansion? We can consolidate or retrace. So you don't care if this gets tagged, by the way. This just confirms a reversal. So if Asia does something like this, consolidates, then I would ideally want to see a manipulation of Asia lows. This is my favorite version of it. And then an expansion away, right? Oops, I don't know why that happened. Like this. But we don't even have to necessarily we don't have to necessarily whatchamacallits, take out these lows, right? Because it can just go from expansion, consolidation to expansion. We would just ideally want to trade away from manipulation because you can just trust it more, obviously, right? Like protect it in a sense. But there's S&P, that's cool. But yeah, when you already have a reversal candle, that just means that the lower time frame supports the reversal signature and it's already aligned. So we just expect straight expansion, basically, away from it. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense though. We can look at some examples here. Let's look at some examples. All right, we can maybe look here. This looks ass, to be honest. Unless I go to like the lower time frame. Okay, it's not bad. All right, do you see how we have the expansion? By the way, this actually takes this low. If you go over here, oh yeah, you can see right here. If you look on this feed, we don't take it, but on ES, on this feed we do. Kind of weird, but it is what it is. Um, just pointing that out. Um, but yeah, let me go back over here though. So this is what we want to see, and I think there's another S&P. Let me pull up. Yes, they're not ANQ. Sorry. All right. So yeah, there was S&P. All right. So here, right, you see the expansion, metal expansion, and then we just consolidate, right? So it's just expansion, expansion, consolidation, and then we manipulate this low. This is Asia session, by the way. And by the way, there's SMT right here, right? So that supports the idea of reversal. And now we're just looking for the relevant time, like so like 8:30, like we come into the session, what do we see really? A lot of just chop, to be honest. It's not like the greatest. But then we see this low being purged, this low not being purged, and then we just freaking expand. But nothing like that clean over here, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I wouldn't. I didn't even trade this, so not really the greatest example. Let's look at another day. Maybe this one. Mm, yeah, this is not bad. Okay, yes, you'll see this expansion, another expansion, and then we just open up the day here, and then we trade up right into the EQ of this range, I guess. You have this swing point as a reversal point, you could say, but we have SMT here. Let me see. Yeah, there's SMT here. Fucking hell, dude. And then we also have this little CSD here, but I'm really looking at this. I really like this. Y'all see this SMT here? This is what I really like because at this point I'm seeing this. Nothing like totally clean. I'm not gonna lie though. And then you have this opposing candle. right? And you have this 9 a.m. candle manipulating. So if 9 a.m. manipulates, then what will the 10 a.m. open do? Oh, sorry, that was 10 a.m. So if 10 a.m. 1 hour candle creates the high in its manipulation, then what will 11 a.m. do? And then also look at the low of the day, by the way. There's really there's no like low of the day. It just kind of opens up gaps. Now we're just trading away. And then we're leaving all these equal lows, right? So that would support that. So now you want to look at here, and you also have lower time from SMT as well. Sorry, this is getting way too messy. Let me just clear this shit. So remember, we took out this high, and now we have an SMT here. So when we open up the candle, you really have this uh this CSD putting it right here, because not on NQ though, but on ES. So this right here, this high, it created. This is the opposing candle that would be the CSD over here. Like these are the same candles basically. Whoops. Right. So I have to play it forward a little bit more. If you want to be like super um what you call it safe about it, you can just wait for NQ to CSD to see how it CSDs, and then you could get in. That's just like the more safer option because now both assets have that CSD. And this SMT is still holding, by the way. And so anything now is like really clean. You could use these opposing candles if you really wanted to. This fair value gap, this candle for an entry, but it might just like melt. Yeah. So this one would have been nice. If you got filled. Maybe there's something on lower time frame. You could always get in on NQ as well, by the way, as well. That would have been a nice entry on NQ. But yeah, it's just a 10 a.m. open high low close SMT right with the previous day. Oh fuck! I just removed. Okay, alright, we're good. What did the previous day do? Like expansion into an objective, and now it basically is like a retracement, right? So you have this really weak close. We have a long wick. You still have like sell side down here. So this day would be viewed as like retracement, and we just look at it. Do we have a reversal already? Pretty much, yeah. We have the expansion with expansion. I don't really care about the CSD. It's too far away. I can drop to like 30 minutes or something. Yeah, like look right here. You can use this one, right? And then here, we're just confirming the high day with like SMT. That's pretty much it. There's nothing really too clean about it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'll try to find like a cleaner example. I think I can recall one on. I don't know why I'm thinking of USD CAD for some reason. Let's just go look. Let's go look at Forex or something. I showed one earlier on CL from Wednesday. So reversal candle, reversal candle. What about here? Play this forward. Oh, this is so fire. Oh my god. Yeah, so you see how the previous day we hit this low and then we reverse, right? So now we hit this high. What do we get? A new phase of price. So now all you're doing, we hit it objective, right? We're just seeing like what phase of price is going to print. And this is obviously just retracement. Why? Because we're leaving all these failure swings. Now we're creating the low of the day at a relevant time, which is 9 o'clock. So this would be what? A New York reversal, right? So you're going to look inside of this range. Ideally, you don't want a large run lower, right? On the daily open. You want to look for PD arrays around that area, right? What do you have here? A fair value gap. What do we know about if you use my model, right? What do we have here? The first candle hitting the key level. You look for the next candle to create the reversal. Why? Because this candle is not a expansion candle to the upside. So, and what do we have here as well? The 4 hour open. So if the previous 4 hour candle hit this key level, What do we look for the next candle to do? Right, expand away. How did this candle form? It's an expansion candle. So we want to use this low as a reversal point, right? Just like over here, this candle hit the key level, right? Is it a reversal candle? No. We're going to use this candle as a reversal point, right? And then we use the essentially form a swing point, right? Every reversal forms a swing point, as we know. And we want to see this next candle open low, high, close the candle for. Anyways, yeah, you want to look inside of this uh, candle, right, for lower time from entries. And we want to see that same reversal pattern, right? Expansion met with expansion. Do you see how obvious this is? This is just consolidation, retracement, whatever you want to call it. Um, there's no type of confirmation to go higher. And so when you look in this distribution leg, you're now aligned with the 4-hour candle, the daily candle. So this is when you get bullish order flow, you know? Um, so this is just like NQ today, right? Yes. At the previous 4-hour candle, traded SMT and hit a 4-hour fair value gap. So we look for the next candle to reverse off that low if it's an expansion candle. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense though. What else? Yeah, you see how this was a reversal candle, right? So if we're gonna look for continuation to maybe this high up here. Yeah, you're just gonna have like first you want to see the phase of price that happened early session and whatnot. You just also want to look inside this range. This is really the only key level we have. We're not gonna use this one, right? It's just already used, already getting closed over. Just look to the low. So you see how they open? Just look near the open. Like what key levels are around here? You have this low that could possibly be a reversal point. Is it a reversal point? No. This is not a reversal signature. This is a reversal signature, right? Combined with the small opposing wick, right? So if you just take this candle's high to low, right? Respecting the basically premium discount in that range. Yeah. What else? Let's look at some more. But remember, if the previous day hit a key level, right, and it's not a reversal candle, then what does it have to do? Like in this example here, it has to actually be the one to reverse, as to create the reversal signature in the same candle, it has to CSD in the same candle, and it has to have that small opposing run. See how it's all the same thing as the what I just showed you, only 1 hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame, the same shit, right? We get expansion into a high, to a new phase of price. We want to trade um, expansion, right? We want to trade if we're going to trade reversal back into the range, it has to happen a certain way. So this is what we demand, right? Because the small poison run supports expansion. If it does something like this, invalidation. Whoops. If it's something like that, invalidation. Why? Too large of an opposing run doesn't support expansion, right? So it's really simple. If I go to the hourly time frame here, what do we have? Right? We have an expansion leg from here to here. Now we retrace. We're just consolidating and then we expand into the high using it as a reversal point. And now what do we demand, right? Expansion away. So now we have this CSD. So now everything's aligned here, right? So this is when you look for the lower time frames. And this is where you look for 4-hour open high low closes, right? So yeah. Dun, 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 dun. And we can look here. So again, we put in a reversal this day, but again, this could just be a retracement. So for me to trade away from this, when we open the charts, I don't really see anything, to be honest. Like this opposing candles is like not really too relevant to me. I'd rather have this being swept. So I'm gonna check if uh if we swept it on DXY. Okay, we clearly did this high. No, 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 it's this high. No, we didn't. We have like some SMT going on here. This is gonna confuse me. Oh, that's the 1400 high. Okay, 1400 high. Yeah, we didn't take it out. But as you see, it's clear the weaker pair JPY is, or the stronger pair actually. Sorry. So I don't really like this high of the day, to be honest with you, but we do create a CSD, right? So this high basically is protected as order block. I do like how there's a fair value gap here. I do like that a lot. But maybe you could trade this. I don't really know where you're targeting to the left, to be honest, because I don't think the weekly candle supports this bearish day. Let's see if it does. Nah, I'm not trading this, to be honest. I wouldn't trade this day because of the way the weekly candle formed, right? We have an open, a low, a high, and now I'm not fading the weekly candle to go back down here, right? The wick would be fat as shit. I'm just not doing it. So this is why, like, although it may work sometimes, we have the reversal signature, to fade the weekly candle, but I am not targeting past here. I would target more so like EQ of this range or something, like this fair value gap, this discount fair value gap. Oh, I'm not targeting this low. It's just not going to get there. It's just like not how it works most of the time. Anyways, like I just yapped for like ever. Uh, let's see. From daily to the 1 hour, how can you apply it to cycles? I personally find it cleaner on the 4 hour. If I wanted to look at cycles on the 1 hour, what tape would you? Um, I don't know if I have like a specific thing here. Like I use like all time frames to be honest with you. Because like let's just use some reversal point on the 1 hour or something. Look here, right? So if you're gonna use like my model, I guess or whatever, you have this low expansion into this low, and now what would support an expansion away is a weekly profile. So I like how we have a weekly open here, right? We also sweep this low as well, by the way. You have a small opposing run, supporting this idea. So you don't really see a reversal signature here on this close on the daily time frame. You do like with the next day model, of course, but I still need to see a reversal signature on the hourly because price can literally look like this. Technically, like this candle can look also like this. It can make an open high and then create the low and then just consolidate and then like expand like this. And like this wouldn't really support a reversal signature, right? Like to be honest, it would just like look something like some bullshit like this. It would literally look the same as it would if it was a reversal signature on the close, but it can also look like this. So when I drop it down to the hourly time frame, I would ideally want to see that signature. And sometimes you don't get it, Sometimes you don't get it, but here we do, right? Have an open, a low, right? We're leaving failure swings. So this little open high doesn't mean anything, to be honest. Leaving failure swings, and then we're expanding into low, and we're expanding away. You see how this supports it, right? And then what does the previous day do, right? It really just retraces, right? We expand, and then the next day, we more so retrace, right, into maybe a fair value gap or something. Can't really see anything on this time frame. 8 hour fair value gap, cool, right? This is why I use like different time frames because you can see price through like a different lens. So all this is an expansion. The next day retraces, and so this signature, right? Does this support reversal really? Not. I mean, kind of. I guess you can have a short-term reversal, but on the 4 hour, that's what I mean. I know what you mean, like right. 'Cause if I look at the 4 hour, this does not look like a reversal necessarily. It's just choppy. But on the 1 hour, you could argue it, but it could just be a reversal to the fair value gap, right? And I would want to see some SMT up in here. Um, let's check. What day is that though? Uh, hold on. What day is this? 1st of October. The first. So there's also a new monthly power of three. You open up, make this low on the monthly. The 1st of October. Okay, so we clearly have SMT. You see there's no lower lows put in, as you see. So when we have SMT that the previous day printed, right? then the next day can, right, expand, right? Because this would be viewed as a protected low, ideally, right? And so this is pretty ugly. I'm not gonna cap like all this ugly price action, but is there SMT at the low of the day? Yes, cool. Okay, good. So you see how we make a low at 4 a.m. here? This is what would be like required pretty much because of how ugly this is. Here's the SMT right here. And you have the same signature, right? Expansion with SMT and expansion away. And now you get clean PA. So you can already look to trade right here, or you can just wait for this, right? If you want to swing this. Because now what do you have? You have the weekly candle, right? Trading away from this reversal point over here. And now you have right the expansion signatures away from this 8-hour fair value gap. This is also the low inside of here was created, was also a SMT low, right? Um, but yeah, I don't even know what the question was. Oh yeah, it was about 4 hour and 1 hour. I don't really know how to answer that question, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like right here, you have this low being created. Let's just see. Like, does it make sense? Yeah, cool. Okay, so expand. We can even look in here actually. Why not? You can see on the daily. Like sometimes you can see on the daily. Sometimes you can see it. On the 4 hour. Here you can see like very clean PA, right? You have this opposing candle expand lower, right? Have all these stacked previous day's lows. And basically, we have this fair value gap, whatever. We expand away from it. So expansion, mouth expansion. And now we're consolidating. Now you see this open, high, low, close. So it's basically expansion, consolidation, manipulation, distribution. This is why it doesn't matter because on the 4 hour, you're gonna see the same shit. You're gonna see the same thing, pretty much. Like literally see it right here. You know what I'm saying? So like I can see on the daily as well. Like there's no like best time frame. It's just price. Like like I don't explain it to be honest with you. You have the previous candle, right, with a very weak close. So look inside of this candle. If we're going to distribute lower, you want to see that reversal signature, which is what we see. So there's really two ways a reversal signature can look. If it's just going to be expansion met with expansion, it's either like this, where there's like a really sharp turn, right, after expansion into a key level, like this, or it's more so like this that you saw in NQ today, where you have an expansion into a key level, and then we don't really get this like extended expansion, one side expansion. We might create like a fair value gap inside of here. And now this is where you need to see order flow hold, right? Because that would support the expansion idea, right? So if we do something like this, so it can look either way, right? So either way like this, and you're gonna see this a lot. So if you look at this example, it's more so what we have right here, right? Where we have this expansion into the um, you know, daily fair or opposing candle plus fair value gap. Now you have this fair value gap here or inverse fair value gap. You see prices just supporting opposing candles. And in this scenario, a lot of times when you have the expansion of expansion, you're gonna have like you're gonna be strict about it. Let's say this is the hourly time frame. I'm not gonna use this opposing candle, bro. Too far away to wait for CSD. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, you even have this right here, right? This hourly CSD. You can see on the hourly too, right? Expansion, mouth expansion. We consolidate, expand again, consolidate. We manipulate the highs. See how the 4 hour and the hourly look different? Um, but they're the same thing, pretty much, honestly. And then we expand away from this high. And what do? We create opposing candles. We come into it again. Right? And you can see the order flow being held here. And yeah, you can see the consolidation, like the original consolidation down here. And then you have to understand the difference between a 4 hour maybe IPTA cycle and a 1 hour. It's when we can get an extended period of consolidation like this, right? Where you can just see it easier on the 4 hour time frame, right? That's the only difference. Like it's just like is the IPTA cycle going to be extended consolidation or extended retracement? And is what makes it easy to see on the daily time frame, right? Because it's extended, right? You have this candle here that's just inside barring. Now it creates a fair value gap, right? And then we just have the open high manipulation of these highs and then low close. So there really is no best time frame. Just I don't even know how to explain it, to be honest. I hope that makes sense though. Go back here. Wait, what? I have to go back? Oh, never mind. This is old. Hmm, it's old. Oh, this is really old. Okay. Oh yeah, I just read that message there. Breakaway gap? You want to go for breakaway gap? Because mission already happened. No, you didn't. I answered your question. Rave. But shit, this might be old too. Clear now. Cool. W. Oh, nice. Is it ink you say? Yeah, nice. Oh, damn, you got balls. Not gonna lie. But nice. Say something like keep you're fucking funny. Oh, I'll get to these, don't worry. That's funny. Oh, right is a good one. That's a good one. All right. What about this here? Swing low taken, but previous candle. Wait, what? Swing low taken, but previous buy previous candle. Would you trade this next day? As long. I mean, are you looking? I don't know why you are you. I don't. Why do you care about the swing low though? Bearish, pretty much. Like this is like irrelevant. This swing low here. Like look at the order flow for one. Let's go to G real quick. All right. EU. All right, T. So you have an intermediate term high here. You have this opposing candle, and you have this low, I guess you could say. So now, just to really invalidate this swing low, I would want to see like shitty PA, basically like a consolidation or something at these lows, which I don't know if you have to be honest. Eh, looks looks not bad to support bullishness, to be honest with you. What about DXY though? Mm, mm, mm. See, if I go to DXY though, it looks so much cleaner, bro. You see this? We have this opposing candle, right? And you see the range is like a lot larger. That makes sense. Like we don't make a as deep of a run really. And then you have these equal, kind of like just like equal highs here. Going on euro. Euro looks even better, bro. Like we don't even freaking reach the opposing candle really. So I'm just using like other assets really. The only thing I don't like about this day, to be honest with you, is we didn't. I would like to see an open high taking out the previous high, to be honest, because the way this candle closed, that's the only thing that threw me off about today. But as far as like this swing low, like we don't have like we would have to have this candle here basically show the open low high close basically. So essentially, let me delete all this shit. We open here, right? So now I need to see basically this fair value gap holding price or something. Like yeah, like this fair value gap. We already tagged this fair value gap as you see. And where's the displacement away? There is no displacement away. Right? That's why it fails. Um Also just like with the weekly profile as well. Supports bearishness, right? So you're fading a weekly profile. Yeah. But yeah, not clean, bro. In my opinion, not that clean. I would ideally rather us create some sort of manipulation above the daily open, but the fact that we did trade pretty far away from the daily open, right, and came back up, manipulated. Was there SMT though? I don't even think there's SMT. What I really liked about DXY though was a new day opening gap, supporting price. So that's like extra influence for sure. But I just don't like the reversal signature. But it's not gonna be perfect every time, bro. Mm, what's the interval of your vertical line? What do you mean by that? Interval. Oh, you got those glasses? I want those. No, I didn't trade today. The reason I traded NQ today, bro, was like, what the fuck am I? Honestly, I didn't even like look at the charts. Like, I woke up late because I already was not going to trade it. But in hindsight, like looking back at today, I would have been long because of how we formed. Reason why I didn't want to trade today is because look at the weekly freaking. The weekly candle is already fat as shit. Also, we already expanded into the objective, right? So I'm like, what the hell am I targeting? This is like the perfect scenario though of like how you trade all-time high is price like this, where we in the previous two sessions we just consolidate, leaving these fair swings, right? Then we make a low, make that opposing run to the daily open. Then we create SMT, so 6 8 or 2 a.m. manipulation, right? So what do we want the next candle to do? To expand. And since this candle is not a reversal candle, we look for the candle low to be the reversal point, right? And then that's what you get. You get the small poison run supporting expansion, and then we trade away. But as far as the 10 a.m. open goes, it kind of sucks because the draw on liquidity is already taken. So I would look if you're gonna trade like 9:30, 8:30. This is good because you have the reversal signature, like expansion into a reversal point with SMT and expansion away, and you also have this small opposing run. And now you're adding in the 6 a.m. open low at close. So now that's also an expansion candle on your side. So you just go expansion, med expansion, then retracement into like this 30-minute Fibby. It's the same thing. Look how this shit is the same thing. Like this candle hits the key level, it's an expansion candle. What are we gonna reverse off of? The low. You know what I'm saying? So it's all the same shit. But what I like here is the time how 8:30 makes the opposing run to the draw. So that's what happens when the reversal is already put in prior to 8:30 and 9:30. They usually just retrace, like pretty much. And so that's what 8:30 did. And then once we like expand through it, the opposing candles creating order block, that's kind of validates this even more, pretty much. So yeah, I would have traded something. I don't know what I would have traded. I haven't really looked too deep into it. I thought this was decent right here. This opposing candle, right? Because we have SMT here as well, by the way. So I thought that was decent, honestly. What else? Maybe something here, but I don't know. I didn't look too deep into it. But yeah, I would have traded NQ though, just because of the failure swings left, the bullish SMT, and yeah, this delivery was just way cleaner on ES than NQ. Cleaner target too. So yeah, it was pretty nice. Yeah, I'm just yapping around like always. That's crazy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get fucking cooked then, dude. I don't have those glasses. I'm probably gonna go blind at like 30. My CC's entries are getting missed a few times. Is there anything I'm doing wrong? Not really. Or am I missing anything? No, you're not really missing it. It's actually a good thing. I mean, to be honest, it's not a good thing you're getting left, but that's what you want to see is expansion away from a CSD. One thing you can do is, you have everything. aligned, right? You get that signature of expansion away from a reversal point. You get the CSD. If you get missed here, right? Price like misses here, then you can just there's two things. Like if there's a fair value gap here, you just enter on the fair value gap, um, or you can just wait for the order block, but you might get missed, you know. But there's like a fair value gap like right here, like you might get missed. I'm saying. So if you just want to enter on this fair value gap, put your stop loss at like the breaker or something or whatever, or maybe the fair value gap candle low. That's another way of doing it, or the 50% of the order block. There's so many ways to do it. I know you can just enter like that. I prefer to wait for a fair value gap, to be honest, because that kind of shows me displacement. But if you look internally to an opposing candles, right, like this, you're not gonna have a fair value gap usually. If it's gonna be, let me just show you. Let me try to show you an example. What I'm talking about here, on how you really want opposing candles to look. So you see how like we make the CSD with one candle. See that? This is what I really like to see because that's just displacement on its own. Let me try to find like another example. Dun, dun, dun. Not gonna be in this ship yet, probably. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, like this is clean. Let me just replay this real quick. I'm just gonna use this example real quick. Not really like I'm not saying it's valid or anything, but like it's what I like to see. Like this, price coming to low and immediate displacement away. That's what I like to see. But what's an example that looks shit? Like anything here, bro, it looks dog shit. Like if I want to use this CSD, like what am I even looking at right now? Maybe another example. Try to find one. Okay, like this CSD, terrible. Like absolutely fucking awful. Like just literally eliminate this shit from your trading. This is terrible. Like where is the displacement away? Just because you have a closure, you can eliminate so many losses like this. Um, I'll show you a good CSD, in my opinion. Like this one is decent. Like just these opposing candles in general. Like you take out this low, right? You see the very next candle we CSD. That's why I don't like to see price fucking around or nothing. And then we have this order block. So I'm saying like if you get missed on this, here's your entry now. Is this fair value gap? And then you see how the very next candle, right? We create the CSD. Like that's what I like to see, you know. Um, as well as here, this is not bad. So this is that P that I was talking about where we expand to a low, maybe an objective. The CSD is really far away, but we get the expansion away and we create like a fair value gap. And if price is holding this, then now this supports expansion, right, away from a key level. So just because we don't have the CSD yet, still supports it. And then you have the inverse fair value gap here, right, supported by price here. And then on a lower time frame, probably gonna have a fair value gap here, maybe. Yep, fair value gap, right? So it's expansion with expansion, little retracement into this key level. You get expansion again with this fair value gap. So really, like if you're gonna look for this CSD here to enter on, you can just enter on the fair value gap. When price is really leaving away, then not really likely to come down here. But it's really up to you, honestly. But yeah, what I was gonna say, let me try to find an example for you, because I'm trying to find a CSD that doesn't have a fair value gap. Maybe right here. Look here. I don't know if it does have that. What I'm trying to say is, if you look at a CSD, right, I want to see maybe on the lower time frame, is there a fair value gap? Not quite. But you see the expansion mode expansion? That's what I really want to see. Yep, there's a fair value gap. So that's really what I want to see, really. Um, I want to see some sort of fair value gap, either on the CST time frame or the lower time frame. I just want to see that expansion, mouth expansion uh, criteria. You know what I'm saying? You look here. See how there's no fair value gap here, unless CSD after sweeping this low out. Probably is on a lower time frame. Not quite. Oh, there's a nice CSD here though. So you see this 3 minute CSD drop down maybe? Probably a fair value gap. There's one right here. It's not that clean though. But 1 minute. So you see what I'm talking about where the CSD is really far away? We have that bullish order flow to expansion, right? You have this little consolidation here. See these little equal lows? We expand into the, not expand, but we manipulate into the reversal point and we expand away. And now we're seeing order flow holding even before the CSD. So when I see this internally to a 3 minute CSD, this makes me feel better. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm trying to say, if that even makes sense. Why does it look dark outside? Oh, it's like about to rain. Shut the fuck up. It's 1 a.m. there? Nah, that's crazy. It's literally about to be 2 p.m. here. Where the hell do you live, bro? I think I answered this, no? Yeah, I already answered this. UJ, let's see. Enrique Barçada. Enrique Barçada. Du- du- du. Yep, it would be. Here's the thing, though. We already expanded into an objective, so it's like you can't really expect continuation. If there was like a objective up here to reach, then we could expect Thursday to reach into this objective. So that's the difference with this. But yeah, this is pretty much it. You have like this reversal point. We're gonna it's the same thing. So the previous day hit the key level. So we want the next day to expand, right? And if you look inside of this candle, there's probably not a CSD. Although there is a reversal candle, I doubt there's a CSD internally to it. It's too small. Yeah, there's not. Right? We just have this expansion into this low. And if you look on the lower time frame, I don't know if you guys have seen um, AM Trade's video on consolidations, but here's one way to leave a consolidation. There's one way where it's like this. Let me try to draw that. It's like this, right? You sweep all these lows out. There's another way though as well, right? We have expansion into the objective. We more so consolidate, and now we're manipulating into this fair value gap, right? It looks like this. So manipulation, we expand it into the low, but now we're getting the expansion met with expansion reversal signature, right? So it looks like AMD on both sides, but it's really, does this make sense to y'all? Like it's literally so clean. Like you have what's it called? Expansion, consolidation, manipulation, and then we get that expansion into the new reversal point. Why is this a reversal point? Because we don't have the hourly aligned right yet. So and also if we look at the daily open, it's right here. This it just opens next to it as well. So it supports that small opposing run being an expansion candle. So now you're aligning like two things, right? You're aligning expansion candle logic, so expansion away from the manipulation. Now you're just aligning that up to cycle rate expansion into expansion. And the reversal signature just supports it, right? But yeah, I would watch that video by AM Trades. He basically I basically learned this from him. So when you have expansion with expansion, this is when you can get a new phase of price. It's not just like this. Hold on, I'm gonna draw this better. He explains how you're not gonna get a new phase of price just when we hit this low down here. It can be like this, right? Creating like a fair value gap, and then you consolidate, right? And then maybe you manipulate to continue. This would be like maybe the low risk sell or something, Just a redistribution phase, really. But yeah, this is pretty clean. Um, there's just no entry, honestly. It just flies. This sucks. And then you see when we hit this high over here, you see how we just consolidate or retrace more so. So it's pretty much right. We have this consolidation here. You have one candle. Fuck, dude, I can't. What the hell? Here. You have one candle, just a bunch of inside bars. So that's one way you can view consolidation. There's a high and a low. And then you create that opposing run into like maybe an hourly fair value gap or something. Yeah, pretty much like an hourly fair value gap. This would be viewed as manipulation, and then you see the expansion away from it. That's what we want to see. And then we come into this high, new phase of price, we just consolidate. So we must we anticipate expansion. Basically, again, ideally we'd want to see manipulation of some low to then trade it because you don't want to long these failure swing lows and stuff. You don't really want to long this, although it might work. But if there's S&P there, then yeah, you can long it. But yeah, we expect expansion here. Why? Because this is not a reversal signature off of this high. So this high would get like targeted. There you go. But yeah, this is a midweek reversal pretty much. It's just the closure is gonna close more of an indecision candle, I think. Pretty much, yeah. You can even see the IPTA really here. Like this expansion candle, you have more so a consolidation candle. We manipulate the candle's low first, and then we expand into the candle's high. I didn't use a slur word, did I? Oh, just yapping, huh? Oh my god, you're rich. How can we differentiate an expansion met with expansion from an expansion met with retracement? Okay, yeah, sure. So let me go here. Hold on, let me just read the rest of the question. That's because some retracements can be confusing for expansion. Yeah, I get what you mean. So it's gonna look like this. I outlined this earlier, but all right. So let's say we have a reversal point, right? Oops. All right. I will. What do I want to do? I'll do this like here. Okay, so this is the reversal point, right? So when you come into it, right, it's very important how price forms. If it consolidates, then we have to expand again. So this would become the reversal point now to then, trade lower if we're going to trade away from this reversal point. So either going to look like that. It's going to look like this. This is retracement where we don't make basically an what do you call it? Intermediate term high or like high resistance and then expand away. It's more so like leaving failure swings. And also if it's a deep retracement, right? Because if this was going to be expansion, then we don't make deep retracements. So if there's like deep retracements in this, then it's probably just gonna expand again. Then again, we can use this right here. But here's really the only two ways it does it. When you expand, it's either gonna do this, expansion mode with expansion. It can look like that or like this, like expansion away, where it doesn't really make a large expansion, but it's gonna create like a PD array, like here. And you can see this on NQ today, pretty much. And then we want to see order flow being respected, right? To support expansion. And I have expansion to this high, now expansion away, and now we're just having order flow being respected. So does that make sense? And retracement would just be, yeah, like just leaving fair swings, deep retracements, right? No expansion away, really. Or a reversal can look like this, where the new phase of price is not a reversal, it's just a consolidation or retracement. And then we must expand into this high. And we're basically looking for the same signature price that we were looking for originally, where it's just expansion, mouth expansion, right? Now you have a fair value up here or whatever, closing candle. And yeah, let's try to look for some examples. So you see how this doesn't support expansion, or sorry, what do you call it? Reversal, like at all? Do you see how we expand to this high? Where is the sharp? Where's the expansion away? So this is more so what a retracement into a weekly fair value gap. You see that? So really, you can think of it retracement and like consolidation are like low key the same thing. To be honest, like a shallow retracement is usually just a consolidation, really. But a more so like deeper retracement, right? If it just runs deep into a range, that's retracement. If you look at like NQ, hold on, let me just go to NQ real quick. Or was it ES? No, it was ES. You see this? This supports um retracement, like leaving these like failure swings right here. And now we expand into this low down here, and you can see the IPTA here, right? As well. It doesn't so on a higher time frame low like thing or higher time frame retracement, you're gonna have like daily expansions, 4-hour expansions, uh, obviously. But it's the same thing when we actually reach the reversal point to then trade away from it, right? So it's retracement into a key level. Then we need to see the same manipulation signature, right? So we expand, right? We consolidate, use this inside bar. And now this candle is viewed as manipulation, right? Because there's also SMT here at the lows. And so what do we need to see away from manipulation? Expansion. That's what we see, right? And now we're starting to see that V shape on the daily time frame, right? So does that make sense? This right here, not a reversal, right? If you look at NQ though, it is a short-term reversal, right? Just to come back down here. So it doesn't just because we have a reversal doesn't mean we're gonna go all the way down here or something, right? Just retracement on a higher time frame. Look at the weekly time frame maybe. I don't even know. More so just like ugly and choppy. Uh yeah, it's just a purge of a low, right? Instead of a fair value gap. Trying to see if there's a fair value gap here. Probably not. No, there's not. Which is fine. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. On UJ, it's very obvious. This is a really good example, to be honest. We have this weekly fair value gap here. We have the reverse or the retracement signatures. Just a bunch of stacked highs, and you see the difference, right? You hit the low, and then we expand away immediately. And if we want to trade retracement, though, then what do we require? Because retracement happen two ways, pretty much. Just like I said, where it's like this. I don't want to trade this because it's LR signature. It's not expansion. I would want to trade this because this is another way of retracement where it's like we manipulate to go back into the range. This is what I want to trade because then we can expand back into a range. So there's a big difference, which is what we have here, right? This candle expands into this high. And again, the same model we use on all time frames. We'd expect a purge of this high. And then now I need to see in the lower time frames that expansion signature. I need to see a CSD, right, to confirm the reversal. So again, what is it here, like fractally? We expand into this little high, and then we consolidate, then expand into the reversal point, the previous is high, then we expand away. Right now we consolidate again, expand away. We consolidate again. Look at this consolidation here, right? It's already bearish, so this fair value gap is just manipulation to then expand into these lows. See that? So once the reversal is put in, now it's just about looking for retracement and consolidation signatures just for redistribution. This is what we have in both of these areas. But yeah, here's the CSD right here. And also it's important to have that small opposing run to support expansion back to the range and not like some choppy retracement. You see over here how we have this small opposing run, right? What's up, girl? Little dog. Yeah, on both sides of these expansions, we have the small opposing run too. Um, what else? Taking a lot of losses, like what you're saying, just because closure doesn't mean enter. Yeah, don't pattern trade stuff pretty much. Um, yeah, so like yeah, you can look internally to a CSD to see the lower time frame price action inside of it. I think that's a really good thing to do, or just wait for a fair value gap because like order blocks are like if you think about it, they're just like manipulation essentially. They just like make the opposing run into a key level and then the expansion away, creating the order block. So yeah, you'd want to see expansion, some sort of expansion, and clean move to creating the CSD. I don't know if you cover this, but if not, how many inches models do you have? Um, I don't really have a specific. I just have like an approach, and yeah, I just trade order blocks and fair value gaps for redistribution. It's literally just like this. Like I have a right. If the reversal's already put in, now I'm looking to trade basically. I sometimes trade here. Like I'll trade the next candle to form the expansion away from the reversal. But if you want to make it super easy, you can trade this breaker as a low risk entry. Um, now let's say we consolidate, you manipulate. Now it's like the same thing. I'll enter here to catch the distribution, or I'll enter here again another breaker or fair value gap or a CSD or whatever. Um, there's really nothing like specific, I would say, but it's just about the signatures and price, and then aligning this with like open high low close logic. Like I would like to see a 4 hour open here, let's say, and now I have this purge here is like supported by an expansion candle now, right? Where the high of this candle is now an intermediate term high. Oh no, I think this dog wants to come up my lap. Come on. Yeah. All right. But yeah, I basically just trade with like 4 hour and 1 hour open high low closes, going towards some like drawn liquidity aligned with the daily candle and daily profile. It's more sort of an approach than an entry model, you know? That's what I would say. Mm, do I use wiki profile? Yes, of course, of course. Who's in here? Shit. You drawn left? What a hater. The stream's good though now? Pretty cool. All of them? Um, what are all of them? Like, yeah, I think so. Pretty much. You have like classic expansion. You have midweek reversal. You have Thursday. consolidation reversal. I mean, really, it's just about how the candle is forming. Like I use this like logic of opposing, or sorry, not opposing. This open high local logic on any time frame. So like that must support the weekly profile. So just because like maybe we hit a key level on a Wednesday or something, if the way the candle is forming, if it doesn't support that, then it's almost irrelevant to me, to be honest with you. If that makes sense. Like look here. First off, is there like, oh, this is the weekly time frame. Holy moly. Okay. Okay, damn, bro. All right, so at this new week right here, we have a new weekly open. All right. It's a higher time frame, by the way. We have a new weekly open here. So if you look at the previous week, what it purged this low. So if this is going to be a reversal, then I would want to see an open, low, high close, essentially, right? So let's see what it does. See how we make this small opposing run and expand away, right? That's simply like a classic sell week, right? With this new monthly open on our side as well, right? So now we have a swing point, we have a CSD, right? See these little failure swings? So this is when I'm looking for this next week to see what it does, right? So this is Monday, we make a low into a fair value gap. Now this could be the low of the week right now because is that a fair value gap? Yeah, it is. Let's go here. Right, so you see this little kind of like that V shape. I would ideally want to see this holding. If it doesn't hold, then this low is going to be taken most likely, right? So it gets taken. So you see how this day kind of drifting away from the open. So if this even does reverse, the real expansion would come the following day, most likely. Most likely. See what I'm talking about? We just kind of bullshit. Now it can create a reversal candle, sure, but the real expansion will come the next day probably. So as you see, right? See how simple that is, bro? Pretty freaking simple. It's the same approach, but we need like a dedicated stream on like just open, high, low, close logic in general because it's a lot to digest probably. But look here, right? So we know the previous week, right? We expanded, right? So obviously this would ideally be. What are you doing, bro? This dog. This would be our draw, right? Right here. And we'd want to see an open, low, high, close. Why? Because the daily is already bullish, right? Days are already bullish. So this, I want to see a retracement or consolidation. I want the manipulation to happen early week, ideally. So as you see, we have a Tuesday. And so I want to look inside of this candle and see if reversal signatures is even supported, right? Because we're not going to pattern trade the next day model. It's not really what you want to do. So you see how we have this, we had it right here, but again, it didn't support it, right? In New York's, or in Asia session, we just straight up rip through it. So when you come into London session, um, yeah, you can trade back to here. But remember what I said, like it's not going to ideally form some crazy reversal or something, or expansion. You see, you could have got a decent move though, right here. So what we have here is expansion into this high. So new phase of price. You more so consolidate between this low and this high. And now this is what you want to see purge, right, at a key time. We have like 9 o'clock, so that's great, right? And so this is also a new 4 hour open. So not fading a can, it's not necessarily fading. It kind of is though. Look at the long opposing run. And I want to at least have a 4 hour expansion candle on my side. And that's what we have here. It's kind of gross. Hold on. So you have that 4 open, low, and reversal point, and then high close. So all this expansion into 3 6, so expansion, manipulation and I would trade this high. I'm not targeting anything past that. So, yeah, expansion, consolidation, expansion, and now you're just getting bullish order flow. It's as simple as that, pretty much. And now you see this, why we get this large expansion. Look at the difference between opposing runs. See this small opposing run against this large opposing run? The body is going to be a lot larger. My internet's dying. Is my stream good? Oh, fuck. Y'all missed that whole thing? But y'all even see that? Do I need to, like, go over that again? Missed 1 minute? Damn. Y'all wanna go over it again? Or no? It's not hard. Alright. Alright, so essentially, we're going over this Tuesday day right here that you see. Um, so coming into the day, right, we have this day being a reversal candle. And this is Monday's rating, right? So the previous week expanded. So Monday can be the low of the week if it hits a reversal point. So this could be the reversal point, and we have that signature of expansion, mount expansion. But what this needs to be, what this next needs to do, is create a small opposing run into, like, let's say this fair value gap to create the low day. But obviously it doesn't do that. Just like Asia just opens up and expands lower. So now it's just like this day cannot be like some crazy expansion day. Doesn't mean you can't necessarily trade it. You just have to wait for another opportunity. So as you see, we expansion into this high. This is when we get a new phase of price, right? We just consolidate, right? And then we expand into this low, which is a reversal point for redistribution. And the only way I would trade this day here, because it's not necessarily an expansion day, is if I have a 4-hour candle open, low, high, close, aligned with that reversal signature also, but also just a reversal point as well. So like all three of those things must align. As you see, we have this small opposing run with a 9 a.m. 4-hour candle into this objective, and then we're seeing that expansion away. So I was saying I was only going to target this high, even though it goes higher and stuff, because of the way this candle forms. It doesn't support expansion. The real expansion will come the next day. Since this reversal has been put in, the real um, expansion will come the next day because of this small opposing wick that can be formed. This day here, see the difference? See the difference in the bodies and the wicks? Right, so yeah, here we just expand, consolidate. What happens after consolidation? Expansion, consolidation, expansion. Do the same thing here. Consolidation inside of one candle. You manipulate the low of that candle, right? And then we expand. Also, what is this aligned with? The new 5 a.m. 4-hour candle open. So it's good to wait for these opens, bro. I'm telling you. Like, if you just think of price and like phases of price, and then aligning that with opening prices to support expansions, it's just it becomes a lot easier, in my opinion. But yeah, I can't go to the 5 minute here. I don't know how. That's crazy. 15? Yeah, go here. You have that CSD. So you could have entered. Let me go on. You're gonna enter way up here in this leg. You have the daily candle on your side. You have the weekly profile on your side. So you could enter this here, this opposing candle, but you don't get tagged. You have this fair value gap as well, though. And on a lower time frame, when you reach into this fair value gap right here, you could go on the lower time frame and do the same thing. Like this candle hits the key level, now you want to see price expand away, right? My whole model is basically based off of these these like couple of things where we have the phases of price, and again, this is just expansion, consolidation, expand again. Notice how we're just more so like consolidating really, or like retracing. And then when you want to leave a retracement, what do you need? You need manipulation. So we manipulate. In order for this to be manipulation, you need that reversal signature. Expansion met with expansion, right? That's what we have here. And you want this to be aligned with the daily, the 4 hour, all that stuff. Same thing here. You have expansion, and then we're just retracing. Or ideally, this is like a key level right here. I don't know. Let's check. I don't see any there. No, I don't think there is. I guess the swing low could be a key level, right? Obviously, the swing lows are key levels. Um, but yeah, it's just expansion, mouth expansion. Yeah, this opposing candle. You see what I mean by opposing candles? The signatures that I want to see. You see the difference? You have it's just expansion, mouth expansion, rather than some like. Let me try to find one for you. That's just like not maybe like this, bro. You see how we expand this high? I want this high to be the reversal point, but we just have two inside bar. It's like not clean at all, right? This candle just throws it off totally. What's another one? Like this is fire, right? This is the reversal point. You have this CSD. Um, like I'm never gonna use these small bodies as a CSD. This is not an order block to me, in my opinion. Uh, trying to find a shitty example. This is fire though. There's expansion into these highs, and then expansion away, creating a CSD. I think this is the CSD, right? No, it's technically this, but whatever. Trying to find an example that's like shit. Honestly, this is. Let's just say like. Let's just say we took out this high, okay, and then we created the CSD. This to me is ass. See how we wick it first, and then we come lower. Like nah, that. I'm trying to look for like clean expansions away from reversal points. The CSD just confirms the reversal point. That's it. This is all ass. Anyways, I don't even know what I was talking about. Keep forgetting. EU today. EU today. What's the previous high? Yeah, me too. I already said that it was kind of weird how that happened. Like if you go to EU today, GU didn't take out the previous high, either did DXY. To me, that's just not like clean. The only thing that was clean, bro, is this purge right here. So this is like the daily high. It's all the way up here. Sorry, I got a burp. I would wait for obviously a redistribution if you're gonna trade this day. Um, you know, we come into this high, obviously, right? And I need to see that reversal signature if I'm gonna trade away from this. That's what we see. To see what I'm talking about with these opposing candles, expansion, met with expansion, and then you have right these opposing candles into this order block, and now you have the 4 hour candle on your side. So all this is doing is creating the 4 hour wick. They were expanding away. So the same signature here on both, and this would be a good entry because now this is like the 4 hour high. And you could target like whatever, down here or whatever. It was all right. But yeah, the high today, not great. But when you start to trade away from the daily open, it's more likely to be bearish, right? So if you just wanted to wait for this, then yeah, I thought right here was a really good. You see this little fair value that I have marked here? That was the entry of the day, in my opinion. because then you have this here, this inversion also aligned. You have manipulation up here, and it's really just a 4-hour candle. Also, the daily candle is an expansion candle at this point, drifting really far away from the daily open, and then you have the 4-hour candle. They're just like aligning expansion candles. There's also with the weekly profile though. It is aligned with the weekly profile. So unlike this can't be a TJF really because the way this is formed, the way Wednesday retraced. So basically we have not Wednesday, Thursday. We have Wednesday hitting the weekly objective. So usually you want to trade TJF if Thursday hit the weekly objective, but we see Thursday makes the retracement. Uh, and yeah, it would be nice if we had this. Like it would be so A plus if we had this. What the heck? Small opposing run on the previous high and then expansion, but yeah, it just happened. But yeah, yeah, I think it's recorded by TWX. Uh, is the higher time and swing point a PDA? You know, yeah, yeah, like a reversal point. Yeah. So PDAs are just like they just support expansion and they're also reversal points. So yeah, like their swing points are what do you call it? PDAs pretty much. I think they're the best PDA honestly. They are the best. If you think about it, a fair value gap is just a swing point on a lower time frame. What's important about a 5-minute candle? What the hell? What do you mean? I just see the 5-minute as like just for to support expansion. So like in a 4-hour candle, this is gonna be expansion candle. Then like the lower time frame order flow will, act as like stepping stones to form the 4-hour candle, expansion candle. So it's like an entry function. But I'm not using like a 5-minute open high low close unless you're gonna trade like the 15-second time frame or something. Where would be the entry for what? Euro USD? I think I already went over it. I think these are the only entries I would take. I would trade this as essentially the high of the day, the protected high of the day, because I would be waiting for some manipulation. I'm not going to trust this high of the day until we have like some manipulation. So this is what I like to see, right? This. Also, look at this. This is shit. This is what I'm talking about. You see, like this CSD compared to this one. You see the difference, right? Big difference, bro. We're wicking the bodies like multiple times. We can't even close under here. It's just shit. Huge difference. You have the expansion. Now with expansion. Right, that's what I like to see, bro. There's no fair value gaps here either. Like I would say either this candle here for your stop loss above the breaker or something. But this is the best one. Like these two right here. This fair value gap where you're catching the open high of the 4-hour candle, or this one where the 4-hour candle is already confirmed with these opposing candles. And again, this is also a good uh, order block here. So if you guys use the fractal model, T-Trades even talks about it where he likes to see these like these shape. Don't pattern trade the fractal model with like crappy order blocks. You can filter out a lot of stuff. Why are you sad, bro? Do I prefer? Okay, so it depends. If the expansion candle has already hit the objective, I don't prefer to enter in the premium end of it if it's a bullish candle. But if we're, looking for like redistribution phases when the draw liquidity hasn't been taken, then yeah, I'll enter. Um, but yeah, I honestly like to enter around the open, to be honest. And there's a big difference though. Like right here, you see how we're essentially catching the manipulation. It's a lot more risky than this candle here because here you're basically trying to catch a reversal. Here, the reversal is already put in. Now you're just trading continuation. So there's a big difference between the two. You would need more influence for this entry here. And maybe you don't enter the low risk sell on this one. Maybe you wait for like first stage distribution or something. Or just wait for more confirmation pretty much. Yeah, I'm telling you, like this is it. Like IPTA cycles and then opening prices. That's it, bro. MXM is like a framework. We use like a fair value gap as like a reversal point just to draw into external, the objective. And then you have the phase of the price just being the distribution phases. It's all IPTA though. Yeah, answer that. I mean, what the hell you're talking about. What? A model is like a signature. So my idea of a long to it is wrong. What is this? Euro. Oh no, it's a GBP USD. Let's see. Should we enter here? Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, honestly, I don't even think that's that bad because, like, yeah, we don't have a manipulation. This is more of a retracement signature. It just didn't work out, bro. This just ended up being the manipulation at these highs. So, yeah, I don't think it's the worst trade idea because at this point, I bar replay. The opposing run isn't crazy. Like, it's not crazy. And then the signatures on lower time frame, I like it honestly. Like you have the expansion, mouth expansion, retracement, expansion again. It just didn't work, bro. I don't think it's the worst trade in the world, honestly. The only thing you're doing here is you are fading the weekly candle, but just given the way, like if you look at DXY, right, it's a clear expansion candle, like Tuesday low of the week, and then we're trading away from the open. But like, I don't think it's the worst idea, just because there's no manipulation, like you know, to trade away from this like retracement. Honestly, it looks more like consolidation, doesn't it? So wouldn't shoot yourself in the foot there. I think it's pretty good. Oh, I already answered that right. Thoughts on upcoming week and possible PA. I was about to restart a milestone account, I believe, but I have a feeling the time isn't right. We need more stuff. Are you talking about? Oh yeah, for all time high. Yeah, bro. To trade all time high, bro. It's actually so annoying to be honest. Like all I really do, if the previous day really expanded like today, this is a perfect example, by the way, of how you should trade all time highs. Is you want to have that either a consolidation or a tracing signature in the early sessions to then have a New York expansion. And ideally, you want to have this to target because this becomes like your target, to be honest, because there's nothing to target to the left. So the previous high here would be your target. And you can also do like standard deviations. In this case, there's really not a clean one, to be honest. Yeah, I don't even know what you'd use. Like this is the only one you'd use, but it becomes useless, kind of. Yeah, like chasing price, like when it takes out the objective, it gets hard. You know, like you then have to like if you're going to let's say trade, mm, let's say you're going to trade this fair value gap, whatnot, then you would manipulate, you'd project like something inside of here in lower time frame. Try to find it. You'd project this basically, right? Because this is where the manipulation occurred. You just expanded away from that. So yeah, you would target maybe 2 standard deviations, -4 here. That's like all you can do, bro. But yeah, you need an expansion candle on your side, essentially. Damn, bro, look at that shit. But yeah, you want this profile. This supports expansion, right? Because the previous expanded, we consolidate. So this would just be manipulation. And you have SMT here, right? And then, yeah, you get the reversal signature, like expansion, met with expansion. Then we more so consolidate. And then really like how 830 makes an opposing run and then expands away. So now um, that's like a continuation signature that 930 and 830 that you want to see. If the reversal is already put in prior to that, which we do have. I have some examples that I can show you if I remember them. Last time Inky was at all-time highs. So obviously, like at this point, this is the all-time high, and now it becomes a lot easier when we like retrace. Like this PA becomes a lot easier, but this is the PA that becomes hard. So let's look at some of the PA inside of here. I remember there's some of these days that were really clean. All right, we got to go to this contract. Here it is. All right, so this is 4th of July, so we're ignoring this, but this day is clean. So yeah, all you can do, here's another actually example. It's like this. Um, so say we consolidate and then we like expand away or whatever, and then we come back like to manipulate or maybe an opposing candle or something. That's really all you can do. But if you manipulate, I'd rather have manipulation, some sort of manipulation with SMT, which is what we have here. We have this SMT, which is a really good profile. If you look at ES here, you see how we taken out this low? And I think this is the 10 a.m. Oh, no. This is 8:30. I think 8:30 also makes this. Yep, we have 8:30 news that also makes this manipulation, so that is even better, right? And then you have the 10 a.m. open, which is right here. And again, since the 6 a.m. manipulated, and we want to see expansion, right? This is all we can do is use like projections, but there's nothing clean to project here. I'm not gonna cap. Like, what am I gonna project here? To be honest, maybe this, like maybe, but I don't know. I don't really use projections that much. I'm not gonna lie. If it's not clean, I don't even bother. But what I'm saying is we have this 10 a.m. open. So all you're doing, you're basically like ignore everything past this low and this high because this is where we want to see the low of the candle form. I don't care if it comes down here, that's an invalidation. So I'm just looking at price. Really, this opposing candle, I want to see the low of the candle form or these fair value gaps. So that's really it. All I want to see on these 10 a.m. open. Your whole strategy, bro, could just be like revolving around the 10 a.m. open. I can't go lower than this. That sucks. But you can see it. You can see the reversal signature. We have expansion, mouth expansion, and then we more so like consolidate or whatever, and then we have this basically purge of these lows. Okay, and look at the close too, right? And the lower time frame, this is probably the same thing. If expansion and expansion, then we close like this, and you can target this high. So it's really good for like scalping. You can scalp these small moves. You can literally treat these little lower time frame models like as the daily, like damn near, or like the hourly. It's the same thing, right? If this is the daily time frame, we have the reversal here. It's the quite literally the same thing, and you're just applying like a 4 hour open, high, low, close. You could pretend that's like your weekly profile. And then here you just see order flow holding because of not only is the daily an expansion candle, but also the 4 hour is as well. And this is when you get order flow holding. That makes sense. So yeah, you really just have to you kind of have to go for like smaller targets, more like a scalping type of thing. You're just waiting for these little highs to target. And then you can project stuff inside of here. So I can't go to lower time frame, but you're gonna have a manipulation like here that might, the -4 might be up here or something. Yeah, that's all you can do, honestly, bro. Is let's see if there's any more. I thought there was. Oh yeah, here it is, bro. This is not all-time highs, but this is another profile that you would look for. It's a nice one. So if the previous expanded, obviously for all-time highs, this is what I'm talking about. Where we want to see that consolidation, and then that manipulation. You see the 6 a.m. manipulates, so it's like the same thing um, on the day I just showed you, where the 6 a.m. puts in the low of the day, or just manipulates. So we want to see 10 a.m. expand, and that's what we see here. There's also SMT here, by the way. So again, all we're looking for when the open happens, we're looking for a key level. What do we have? Opposing candles, fair value gap. This is where I want to see the low of the candle form. And I want to see that smaller opposing run. So a expansion can be supported. That's what we see here, basically. So yeah, I mean, it can literally be a model on a lower time frame from this fair value gap to this high. Whoops, to this high. Like that can be a model, and that could be a trade. If you're trading 1 minute or something. Yeah, even this right here, you can trade this fair value up to this high. Inside of expansion candles, that's the important part. You're trading away from manipulation. So yeah, you need manipulation basically. If you're gonna get expansion, that's always been the thing. So you need to have some clean manipulation. Do you prefer entering beginning of the new? Yeah, I already went over this, but depends. So in this example, this is a continuation. So I'd want to enter on the beginning. I want to catch the low of the continuation. The reversal is already put in. So I feel comfortable trading away from this reversal point. But if let's say for the hourly chart, right, we can use the same logic here, where like I'm trading away from um, this manipulation. There's SMT here, right? Same thing, right? Where this candle at the key level, I want to trade the next candle. I would be more cautious here because for one, I'm catching the low of the day, and I'm also fading the 4 hour candle. Like, look how large the wick is. Look how far the open is. So you see the difference here? A lot different. But yeah, at this point, when I come into the 10 a.m. open, it's a lot more clean, right? I have a CST in the hourly time frame as well. So catching the low of this candle is, I feel a lot better, right? Because I'm trading away from uh, manipulation. The reversal's already put in. So it's either you're going to catch a reversal or you're going to trade continuation. And remember, you need certain things to confirm reversal. It's not just a CSD. It's not it. My thing is, again, I like to see that expansion mouth expansion signature. Um, if there's SMT right here, that'd be cool. No, there's not. Wait, is there? Oh, there is. Do y'all see this here? God, what the hell is going on right now, man? It's lagging. There's SMT right here. So remember that the previous 1 hour closed. We have this SMT at the on the 1 hour time frame as well. Also, look at the consolidation up here. That's always nice. But if you just want it to be like patient, um, you'd wait for like expansion away from this SMT or maybe this CST here. See this fair value gap? That's like a good entry, in my opinion. Because now it's already confirmed, bro. You're not trying to catch the expansion. Uh, you're not trying to catch the reversal, essentially. You're waiting for it to show you the expansion away, essentially. So there's really like, you can trade this, bro, but it's just more risky in a sense. But yeah. But if like in this situation, I wouldn't trade that because of why. Uh, it's because of this freaking the 6 a.m. candle, the way it forms, right? It's not an expansion candle, right? Now we do have SMT. That's cool. But if we had the expansion candle aligned, then yeah, I would take it because now I have everything aligned. But I'll rather just wait for the next open. I say wicks are gaps. I say that. I mean, it is technically a gap. All it is, though, let's look at example here. Like this wick here, it's pretty much just like the reversal's already put in. So inside of this wick, there's going to be PD arrays to form the next candle, the next distribution candle, basically. You know what I'm saying? So this is the reversal, right? Below the open price of the next candle, which is, if it's a reversal candle, it's going to be the wick usually. Then you just have like some sort of PD array inside of this wick. Sometimes there's an inefficiency, sometimes opposing candle or whatever. But yeah, you don't even have to think about it like that. Not like, I don't know. What indicator do you use? Okay, cool. You shared it. W. W. Oh, awesome, bro. Does this strategy work for Bitcoin? Of course, yeah. Go look at Bitcoin, actually. Didn't it, like, expand, bro? I think people are saying it, like, went to all-time highs. Is that true? Who just mentioned it? Oh, never mind. All right. Yeah, so look here. So we leave these little equal highs here, right? So how could we expect this panel to expand? Let's just talk about that first. Well, what do we see? First of all, this PA is kind of gross. Like whatever this little freaking retracement is. Yeah, I wish there was SMT there. This is nasty work, honestly, in my opinion. Like, yeah, it respects the constant approach of the wick. And the only reason why this is like kind of clean because this wick took out this low over here. So it's like okay, I guess. You form a swing point from it, and then you get the next day model after swing point is formed. But I really like this PA after this expansion. Like, you have a fair value gap, right, internal to external. And you have an opposing candle here on the weekly time frame, and then this candle hits the key level. You see this weak close, this wick. This is where we expect this low of the week to form to then expand again, right? Because now we have equal highs here, all these like failure swings, like really clean. And now you want to look internally to this wick here. So you want to look for a reversal signature. So this is the weekly open. What do we have at the low of this week? We have SMT. So do you see why we could expect expansion right early on in the week? Because the reversal has already put in, right? And then yeah, we basically just leave this and then we retrace back into the range. And now here, do you see how these failure swings? Again, supporting what? Reversal. If I go into like the 4-hour time frame, see this consolidation, right? That's nice to see, right? And then we could expect some sort of expansion, right? After retracement. Yeah. And I think it's S&P again, no? What about this low Friday? Friday 25th? Oh, that's even better. Look, now you have S&P again, bro. Yeah, this is fire. And again, what do we have here? A small opposing run on the weekly time frame, right? Supporting expansion. And what do we see here? The same signature. We have that expansion into a reversal point, creating SMT as well. Now to confirm this SMT and reversal point, we need expansion away. So I'm telling you, it's always expansion met with expansion. And the CST just confirms it, right? And then we open up probably the next day or something. Where is it at? Oh, this is all in one day. Okay. And then here, oh, dude, this fucking dog's breath stinks. I'm not gonna lie. We have this swing point formed, right? And you see at the end of the day, we retraced right into this key level. So if the previous day retraced into the key level, what do we expect the next day to do? Expand, right? Why would we need to retrace more? Especially if there's like SMT and stuff. I don't know if there is. Okay, there is SMT. Right? The previous day created SMT. Then what will the next day do? Just expand. This is another form of manipulation. And again, small opposing run, also a swing point formed. And it's really actually good to study swing points in a higher time frame. And it's internally to a swing point, we want to see those reversal signatures because not every single swing point is a reversal, right? Obviously can't be. So that second candle and the third candle, the way they form it is important. Just what's up, bro? Good, good. If we took the major highs on NQ, what confirmation do we need on intermediate time frame to confirm reversal? On 10M? Wait, 10M? 10 minute? You use a 10-minute time frame? I don't use a 10-minute time frame. Wait, what? Reversal on 10 minute. Where would you have entered short? I would not have entered short because for me to enter short on a, let's say if you want to ever trade back into an all-time high like range or something, first I need to have a weekly profile support that idea. But you just need this signature again. It's the same shit. Like let's say we have a range, right? And let's say this is like, let's just say this is the weekly open here, right? Let's say Monday consolidates. This like would be like a really A plus shit. Let's not make it that like simple though. Huh? Make it something like this. Say Monday does this. A little bit more realistic here. And yeah, this is the weekly open. So now if I want to trade back into a range, then this high needs to be the reversal point, basically. And what I will need to see, it's not drawing out, is this being purged, and I need to see the reversal signature, like expansion of expansion, supporting that. So now I have, at this time, I have now the weekly, right, supporting this idea where you have a small opposing run to then create an expansion. Now I have also the daily as well, and ideally this is maybe like a London high of the day. So then I can become comfortable trading back to the range. And even if this is like a lower time frame model, um, like if I wanted to trade away from the daily candle, let's say this is the daily candle, where like you're fading a daily candle. This is a bullish expansion candle, but you want to trade bearish. It's the same thing, but now I need a 4 hour expansion candle on my side. So I need to see this uh, manipulation also with SMT ideally. And yeah, I would have that 4 hour candle. And I would just be looking to trade back into like EQ or something. I'm not looking to trade down here because it's not likely to come all the way down here. If it wants to reverse like that, it'll do it the next day. Does that make sense or no? I don't know if I answered that question, but I don't think I got it. I don't think I understood that question. In the after an expansion from consolidation, what things should you use fee and price to differentiate an A and B setup or a retracement continuation from the consolidation? Wait, what do you mean? So like, you're asking me once we expand, consolidate, expand again, what are we gonna get next? So you're asking me? Oh, you don't know. You have to just wait again. So it's either like, here, let me make this more shallow. So for this to be for one, if we have a large displacement away from this consolidation, it's not likely to be retracement, or sorry, it's not likely to be reversal if we do something like this, where we don't manipulate this high. So this would, you know, support a more like retracement to expansion again. If we just consolidate again, now we're gonna expand again, right? And this is AMD, is when we expand, we consolidate. This wouldn't be AMD yet. Like that's not what this is because this is a reversal. AMD is a continuation pattern because we can't reverse from a consolidation. So when we manipulate, we know that price has to expand again. We don't actually know if price is going to reverse in a situation like this. Like it's more risky because you're catching a reversal. This is a continuation when it manipulates the low. So if it consolidates, then we know it has to expand again. But if it did something like this, ideally a more shallow run, an expansion away, then now this is a reversal, most likely. And then you get a new phase of price on this side, right? Manipulation, and then retracement or something, right? So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. But yeah, you don't know after when the price expands to a key objective or something, you don't actually know. So you have to wait until the signatures tell you. So if price generates LRLR, retracing probably. Yeah. So price must expand after retracement. And so let's just look at some stuff here. Like look at this low here. So first off, look at this. Look at the high of this overall pullback, right? It's more like an LRLR. We have this consolidation. So what would this really be? The higher time from retracement. So when you see that, that's already a good thing. But you're gonna have expansions inside of like higher time frame. You know, what do you call it? Retracements, right? Obviously. So when we purge this low, we don't actually know if it's a reversal yet. Like we might have this reversal signature here, or sorry, this reversal candle. Um, we have to wait for the close, right? And then you want to also look at these signatures. So we have that expansion, met with expansion. So if this is going to be a reversal, it's going to happen the next day. Why? Because look at this candle, the way it formed, right? The open is really far away, so it doesn't support an expansion candle to the bullish side. This only supports a bearish expansion candle or a more so indecision candle, right? We don't want to trade indecision candles. We would want to trade this candle bearishly Why could we trade this bearishly here? Well, because we expansion the previous day, and now we consolidate early on in the session. So what do we know that price has to do? Expand again. And what do we have, local to this? We have this external. So this is when you have the best type of trades, is when you have these redistribution phases where we're close to an objective, we're trading towards a higher time frame objective, and you have an intermediate time frame objective on your side. And now you're trading within the daily candle, right? When we purge this high, into this fair value gap or whatever, this is where we look to trade, right? And you have this opposing candle, right, to then target this low. So this is the A plus trade if you want to short here. But if you want to trade away from this low, we don't actually know. We have to wait for this next candle to then be supported pretty much by this inversion. Like there's no key to erase here. This is the only one. So we need that small opposing run. Right, we're getting that, and now we need expansion away. See how we're expanding away from the daily open? So now, what do we have on the daily time frame? Expansion met with expansion. So now this supports basically price trading away from or manipulating this low and trading into this high. But also, what do we have up here? This consolidation high inside of a weekly fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just about looking at the signatures of price and then just confirming it with the next candle. If the reversal already happened the previous candle, then we need that expansion away pretty much. You can see this here. Look here. Look over here. You take out this low. So again, expansion is the hourly time frame into a low, consolidation, expansion again into a low. We're kind of getting that V shape, you know, what do you call it? Let me replay this by the way. We're kind of getting that V shape signature, right? Um, and then what do we have here basically? We expand into like these highs or just expand. And they have an inside bar. So this on a lower time frame is more so a consolidation. This candle manipulates these lows and the next candle expands. If I can go down, you're gonna see the same thing, right? Expansion, consolidation. Also, look how it never took out all these highs. So that even supports this being a consolidation, right? And then you can see the same thing. Expansion into the low and expansion away, right? You can also see it over here where we expand to low, we consolidate more so, we sweep out this low, and then we expand. So hopefully that makes sense a little bit. But yeah, and so this expansion really comes after this candle's open, right? So we don't want to trade the reversal inside this candle. We'd rather trade the continuation inside of this next candle because now it can support an open low high close. This cannot support an open low high close. The low that's being created inside this candle is too far away from the open. You know what I'm saying? This candle opens right here. It opens right here. Your reversal's already been put in, right? We have a CSD, we have this signature. So when you just get this consolidation and this manipulation, this is just creating the new wick. You're gonna see this on the daily sometimes a lot. I love this signature, dude. We have this manipulation creating the new daily wick, or sorry, for our wick, and we get that reversal signature again. It's like really clean. And if you look here, we're actually fading the daily candle. So look at this. Look at this daily candle, by the way. Look how far it is, bro. It's extremely far away. This is what I'm saying. When you absolutely need to have this 4-hour candle expansion candle on your side, basically. And you need manipulation if you're going to fade a higher time frame candle. But if you look here, you're on side with the weekly idea, right? We have a small opposing run on the weekly low, and we expand away. So we are more likely to close somewhere up here, but not on the daily time frame. They're kind of disagreeing. What was that? Oh, you sent me friend request. OA price generates LR. Retracing possibly will be a retracement. Yeah, yeah. And basically, if you want to catch the expansion, you need to wait for that next time opening. So like this. So let's say we expand, we retrace. Not only do you need manipulation to trade away, basically to get that new phase of price, right? We can't just retrace and then like I don't know, not manipulate something. Right? We need to have some sort of manipulation, an expansion away from that, right? To then expand again. But you also need a 4-hour expansion candle, not 4-hour, but like an expansion candle logic, right? To support your tracement and then the expansion. Because if you're gonna expand, you need a expansion candle, right? Now, if we open up here, we already have the CSD. The reversal is already confirmed. You can just enter this trade. I used the wrong thing here. This is when I don't even need confirmation to form the low to begin because it's already happened, right? So you can just trade that. So yeah, a lot of times that new phase of price is just going to wait for the next candle open. So you see how this is viewed as manipulation, this low. The expansion will happen the next candle open. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's going to happen this in the same candle, like in this instance. Inside of this candle, though, you're probably gonna have a 1 hour. You're gonna see the same model, maybe. Yeah, you kind of do. You have this candle sweeping out this low, right? So I want to use the next candle. Really, this is not a good example, honestly. Yeah, it's really not. But even if this is like kind of a large, you know, opposing run ish in a way. Um, so all that's important, dude. You see this signature here? It's expansion. That's expansion. And let me see the daily candle here. I don't even know if this is like a good example. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Yeah, it's just fire. You see how we leave these the previous day leaves this high as a target, and then we make an open low into some order flow, right? To this fair value gap. But you see how the previous two candles don't really give that reversal signature, right? So this just becomes a reversal point. This low. We open low, high, close. Just like high volatility, really. If you have like a news event, by the way, um, then if it's like a larger opposing run, it's fine because you have that volatility. But yeah, basically, look right here. You see this candle hits the key level. The next candle will expand. You see here, this candle retraces. This candle hits the key level, but it also expands as well in the same candle, just because it has a small opposing run supporting expansion. Um, yeah, you're gonna see this a lot. Like if I go to like here, maybe it's a pretty good example in my opinion. All right, so check this out. So you're gonna use this low as a reversal point. So this is literally my model right here, where this candle is an expansion candle, and I want to trade this candle here back into the range to catch the reversal. But my rule is I need to have that small opposing run to support reversal into expansion. There's really two ways reversal candles can form. It's like this. We have a large candle, like opposing candle, and then we close back into the range. So inside of this wick, this is the reversal, right? Or there's the other um, version where, let me try to find an example for you. It's reversal into expansion candle. Let me try to find an example real quick. Basically does this the same thing in the same candle. Damn, I can't find an example. All right, let's use this one. Let's just say we're going to form a reversal off of this high. Basically, I want to see a small opposing run, keeping this candle's high, and the displacement back into the range. I'll try to find one more example for you. Mm, 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 Damn, I can't find one. Here's one. This is fair value gap. So you have this is an expansion candle, but just like a reversal candle or an indecision candle, it also sweeps the high, but the difference is you have a small opposing run supporting expansion. So if you go over here, right, we have that kind of that large opposing run. So this is when I look for the next candle to expand, right? Because if this puts in the reversal, so expansion into objective, reversal, I want to see this next candle expand. Like I have to see this next candle expand. So my rule is if this is going to be a reversal point, I need to see expansion in either the second candle or the third candle, basically. And you can see like right here, you can see the signature of reversal. It's expansion, met with expansion. And then we hit some highs. We still leave some highs over here to target, but this candle hits the key level, fair value gap, BPR, whatever you want to call it. And then it looks for the next candle to expand, right? So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Can I go to 15-minute here? Yeah, you can even see on the 15-minute time frame. You have like this opposing candle. This candle hits the key level. The next candle expands. You know what I'm saying? It's also within an open high low close. So these opposing candles create the low of the candle. You can trust it more, right? Let's have a swing formation on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, this is where you want to look for SMT and stuff too. But yeah, you can just see it right here. If you want to trade back into this range, you see how this candle, the first candle that hits the reversal point, is actually a reversal candle. It's unlike a expansion candle. So the reversal already happened. So this is when I look for the next candle to just expand, pretty much. What's another example? Same thing here. Why is this fair value gap good? Right? It has that expansion with expansion idea, right? And then this candle hits the key level. It's a reversal candle, so I just expect the next candle to expand. I always expect the next candle to expand regardless. Like you see this opposing candle, you have this candle that hits the key level, I expect the next candle to expand. Right? It just has to have the small opposing run. It doesn't even have to sweep the previous candle's high, pretty much. But yeah. You can see right here, right? This candle hits the key level, the next one expands. You have this high right here. This candle hits the key level, the next one expands. You know, you just have to know like when to use it. You can't like pattern trade it really. And then also there's like a swing point element where like, let's say off of this low, this candle is basically an expansion into reversal, a long wick. Then we more so like consolidate and expand again, right? We're creating a swing point from this opposing candle. So I would want to see that next candle expand, right? Um, Even like right here, swing point. If this is going to be a reversal, I like how it's aggressive in and out. This is when I want to see basically this high form or a hold until we reach an objective, like these lows. I like this here. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing right now. Like, what am I doing? How you brought up right now? Hey, Garrett. What do you mean when price starts consolidating side for value gaps after entering the position? Oh, oh, what do I do? Okay. Well, depends. So when I want to trade, let's say this is a daily fair value gap. I want to see a manipulation inside of it anyways. So like you want to any time frame though, but first off, I want to see how price traded into this fair value gap. I would rather see failure swings being traded or being created to then target, because this would be like retracement, and then after retracement, you expect this expansion. But when we come into this key level, I need to see that reversal signature. So if we expand into the fair value gap and then have a new phase of price, um, if it is consolidation, and this is when we look for the consolidation low to form that AMD. Like I need this to be manipulation, and I need to expand away from it to create high resistance manipulation to then expand away from, right? Because you always want to trade away from manipulation. So you have to wait for that. So let's go look at some examples of that. Pretty much. Hurricane marriage. The daily. All right. So I think this next day expands right here, maybe. Yeah. So let's look inside of here. Why did I replay that? This is daily fair value gap. Let's see if we can see that signature. This is where you want to look for SMT as well. All right, so see what I'm talking about? This aggressive in and out, right? And then you have this fair value gap. We see the same thing on lower time from here. But when I come into the day, right, the next day, what do I have, right? I have a reversal candle. So that usually means time from alignment has already been aligned, right? So I want to see the open low into some relevant key level that they previously printed to create the low of the day to then expand. What do we see at the previous high? We see failure swings as well. Well, I would ideally like to see like SMT in here as well. We'll check. Hold on. Is there SMT? 1400 low. Nah, there's no SMT, which is fine. Oh, there is SMT. 2200. Yeah, okay, there is SMT. Cool. So we have SMT created inside of this opposing candle right here. All right, so now I have SMT at the low of the day, right? Manipulation to then expand away from, right? From this daily key level, right? Does that kind of make sense? Way I want to see that this reversal signature. I always want to see a reversal signature out of pretty much everything. You can see the reversal signature off of this swing low. You can pretend this is the fair value gap. It doesn't even matter. You see what I mean by aggressive in and out? It's either going to look like this right here, or like this. Like I was saying, where if we hit the key level, like a fair value gap, and then we retrace or we consolidate, that is not a reversal signature. So then I need to like wait for it to appear, basically, off of what another objective, which is just a swing low, high and low. Right? I need to see manipulation of that low and then expansion away. So now I have the reversal signature that I was looking for originally. So just waiting for that phase of price to occur, basically. You don't want to trade away from consolidation or retracement. So like right here, I was saying we're targeting the swing low. So when we expand away, right? And now look at this fair value gap here. See this PA, how it supports retracement and not reversal? We're leaving failure swings. So when we expand into this fair value gap and see expansion away, creating an opposing candle, PSD, you see what I'm talking about here now, right? Because we already have this like signature supporting this internal to external model. That's what you really want to have, is a signature supporting the delivery away, right? And then you want to have the reversal signature out of that key level. Does that kind of make sense? I'll look at some more examples. Look right here. Right, so expansion. So you are aligned with an expansion candle. That's one thing. But look at the signature of price. Look how we retrace or come into this fair value gap. Expansion, consolidation. So when we take out these highs, this is just manipulation. So when we see consolidation is the origin of the move to this fair value gap, then that if this like phase supports the internal to external model. Does that make sense? Kind of. But if it was like this, if we have a fair value gap here, um, how do I draw this? I don't know, whatever. If we like created higher resistance, what the hell just happened? It like disappeared on me. I'll draw this again. If we create higher resistance, right, and then create that reversal signature, then start supporting order flow into this fair value gap, it's a lot more different. You see the difference? You see how this PA doesn't support a reversal, so therefore it just becomes a draw on liquidity? And it's also in line with the expansion candle, which is always good. So yeah. Um, if there's like SMT, because SMT is like manipulation. Because like, I mean, it's technically like we do expect price to like after expansion, if it consolidates, it doesn't actually have to manipulate. It can just expand again. So there's a there's a couple ways to do it. So like, I would wait for a new candle opening. So if this candle expanded, this candle consolidated, the next phase of price is likely to happen in this next candle, right? If we're gonna expand, it's probably gonna happen on the next open, right? So you could wait for that. You could wait for a internal lows to get swept. So I need some sort of manipulation. If it's not gonna be the very low of the consolidation, needs to be something in here with SMT ideally. But ideally, I do want to see like this low being swept. You know, this feels way better. But I might end the stream pretty soon. On to like a couple more questions, and then tomorrow or Sunday we can do a back test stream or something. Okay, let me see. And do you check DXY before other assets? Like, oh no, not for NQ, yes, to be honest. But for if I was trading any major pairs for Forex, then yeah. But yeah, I don't use like NQ and ES is supposed to be inversely correlated, bro, but it's not. Like it's just like freaking not. Even for gold and silver, I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't. I just use gold and silver. You can, but the thing is, they're not correlated though. That's the problem. They're not really correlated, so it's more of like a direction. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just use like SMT like intraday. It's just not gonna freaking work. They're not correlated enough. You know what I'm saying? You can for like overall direction, but like if you look at gold for the most parts, you know how they're supposed to be like inversely correlated or something like that? Let me delete all this shit. Like it's overall bullish, right? You look at DXY, bullish as well. So it's like what? Doesn't even make sense, honestly. That's how I feel about it, but I think it's fine to just use silver and gold. But people do use it, and that's cool. I just don't, you know? Yeah, you just probably just have to use like higher time from SMTs. Do you always target the original consolidation or have 8? Um, yeah, for like firms, bro, I'd rather just take. I'm not gonna hold like freaking these crazy. I can't hold overnight. That's for one. Um, so yeah, it's my average RR is like 3 to 4, something like that. Sometimes 2, and I take partials too. So I don't really hold full R to be honest. That's just my personal approach. But yeah, I see a lot of people on Twitter, bro. They're like low RR demons, dude. It's crazy. I want to back this that. You can go on like crazy winning streaks. Are any of you guys do low RR, like 1R? That's all I see on Twitter, dude. They're just on these crazy winning streaks with like these like 1R average R. It's crazy. Yeah, and it works. I mean, fuck it. Probably easier to become consistent, and it does make sense, like because futures firms at least, bro. The drawdown is so low. Like on a 50K, it's only 4%. So like you could essentially make the same amount if you just higher your risk per trade. So like me personally, on a 50K account, I'll risk like $200 or something. If I did 1-to-1, I could up it to like 300 or 350 because my win rate is a lot higher, you know. And just the probable of hitting a 1-to-1 is so much higher than hitting a 3 to 4 hour trade. You know what I'm saying? What's my win rate? It's like 60 to 70%, something like that. Like I did back test. It pretty much the same for my live trades. It's low-key been a little bit better for my live trades just because I have more time. I can analyze the charts more, you know what I'm saying? For like back test. Okay, this isn't a lot. This is only 13 trades, so it doesn't really count. Um, yeah, here's like 430 trades, 66%. 2.8 R, almost 3. Yeah, somewhere around there. What's your losing streak? I probably go on like my average losing streak like 3 or something. 3, 4. I don't really know. But these last couple of weeks have been. I think my biggest losing streak the last 2 weeks, like 2 trades. I used Top Step and MFU. MFFU. I think with Apex is what I would do. Low RR with, bro, because of the unrealized trailing drawdown. It does make sense to go with 1R. Yeah, that's like gold. That's a couple of assets like combined. It's pretty much gold, ES, NQ, and CL oil. I love oil. I fucking love that shit. I feel like my best trades are in oil and NQ. Gold is my worst. It's not like it's like unprofitable, but my win rate for gold is probably like 50%. Probably it's not very high, I don't think, but I still trade it. Oh, it was like a year. That this right here is like a year. It's just different months, right? So this like 2022 to 2024. It's like random, different pairs too. It's just all in one folder, just to give me the win rate basically, the average R. That's all I really care about. Mm, 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 mm. Any psychological tips? Um, well, you just have to trust your model, man. You have to really it's a hard thing to do to be disciplined and follow your rules, but you have to follow your rules because that's what you have that's what your data is backed by. Your strategy is backed by is data. You don't follow your rules, then you're just guessing out here. It's hard, dude. It's not easy to do, bro. Talking about oil. Oh yeah, I talked about this day or this trade. It was a good trade. Yeah, this is a good ass trade. Did you get missed though? I would have cried. I just learned the correlated pair for USD is CAD. What do you mean for USD CAD and what do you mean by that? You have video on YouTube on backtesting? No, I don't think so. I could make one this weekend actually. I could make one tonight actually. Not a promise, but I could. Yeah. But yeah, I'll probably end this here. I think I was live for like 3 hours or something. Oh, you can use NZD. Look at NZD for any no, sorry, that's cap. That's cap. Okay, yeah, I didn't even know that actually. I was thinking of odd JPY you'd use NZD. That's my YouTube. It's like I'll put it in the chat, but I gotta redo some videos. Is it better to start with paper trading or a small account? I think paper trading. It, yeah, like first off, you need to like establish a model either through hindsights. But if you're gonna do hindsight, bro, if you're gonna like back this in hindsight, like you have to have some more objectivity, bro. Like you 100% have to. Um, if not, you need to build context. You need to like understand the um wait, what? Where do I post a link? Oh, you can post it here, and then I'll post it in my channel. But you need to learn the skill of developing narrative and context. That's the most important. It's gonna be mechanical every fucking time, probably. Except I will say T-Trade's fractal model. It does have a lot of the things you need, um, the signatures you need and stuff like that. But you still can't pattern trade it. That's the thing. You can never pattern trade anything. You're gonna get shit on. I promise you. You need to learn narrative. It'll always outperform a mechanical trader. The thing about mechanical too is depends. Like even with teacher's model, if you're gonna use, let's say the OSOC, you're going to miss out on a lot of. You're gonna have a lot less opportunities just because you have to have all these things aligned. But it's good though. It's good for. I would say it's good for psychologically or psychology because you don't have to think as much. You just wait. But yeah, like you need to backtest and you need to understand narrative. It's not even about a model. It's not about an entry model. It's all about practicing narrative. If you want to backtest, just practice narrative. Where is price going? You know what I'm saying? Like just practice that because that's all it's really about. I mean, you know where the draw liquidity is, and you know how to confirm it. You know how to filter out. Um, it's one thing to know when to invalidate an idea. That's also a skill. You can't just force an idea. But I would definitely like backtest and like you don't want to just like paper trade with your own money and like ride to develop a model because you're just going to lose it probably. You want to backtest, get some sort of idea, like you know what I'm saying? Like build a model, and then you could maybe, if it's showing success, then you could go into a small account and practice your psychology. I feel like that's all what paper trading is for, just practicing psychology. And obviously, yeah, I mean it's gonna practice your strategy and whatnot. But yeah, it's really for psychology. I feel like because that's what you can't get in backtesting, to be honest. Which one is better for backtesting? I think FX Replay, but it's $35 unless you do a free trial. Yo, bro, what is smart money reversal gets rated and price comes back? What do you mean gets rated? For like this? So as in, this could be the smart universal idea, and it comes back like this. You're saying? You just have to wait for another signature. Like if everything's still aligned, if this is just a lower time frame, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. If everything is still aligned, you'd wait for the same shit. Either this or consolidation, because again, expansion into this low. So we're either going to get reversal or consolidation or retracement. If it's consolidation or retracement, to use this as the expansion method expansion. So now this becomes the smart universal, and you could trade that. But that's why it's important to if you're going to trade the low risk buy or sell, you need to be a lot more picky, honestly, because every CSD is not a low risk buy or sell. You're gonna get, I promise you, you're gonna get shit on. Like it's a fact. Like you're gonna get dog walked. So you either need to wait for more of a signature that supports reversal, where like you have a fair value gap formed. Um, Also, like I said, you need to have that expansion with expansion signature. So we can even go look at some what I'm talking about here. You see this here? Expansion with expansion. Now you have a breaker for the low risk sell or buy, I mean. So now you can just long this. You know what I'm saying? You see this CST here for continuation. The expansion with expansion. You have the CST. It's formed in a certain way. It's not just like lackluster or nothing like that. Um, I'll try to find an example of I mean. It's literally like this. You look on a lower time frame. What I'm talking about, for a consolidation after we expand. So on a lower time frame, this is like more so like a retracement or consolidation, right? We're not getting that expansion method expansion. So that's when this becomes the low. That when you could see that being met, right? Expansion to low, expansion away. Now you have a CST here. You know what I'm saying? You can even see, like, you can see this so fractally. You see how we expand into this low? Look at this inside bar, right? It's not an expansion away, so we use this as the low, right? To expand away from. And now we get a new phase of price once we hit this high, right? More so consolidation. We have a new 1 hour open. We take out these lows. So again, expansion, consolidation, manipulation supported by this small closing run. What did the previous candle do? Has a long wick or reversal candle. And so yeah, it supports the idea. Like the lower time from IPTA signatures supports this um, you know, um, reversal candle idea, right? That doesn't mean we're going to expand all the way to this high. We still have to see like um, this continue, right? So what is this total invalidation, right? Look at this candle close. What do we have here now? Expansion into this high, and expansion away. This is the signature we don't want to see. When we are continuing long, what do we want to see? We want to see consolidation or retracement because that supports expansion. If we're going to expand into a low, that's fine, but it needs to be shallow. And then what do we need to see again? The same signature. So we're going to expand to a low, ideally um, a small like run below these lows. We don't want to see displacement through a low because now we're just retracing to, or not retracing, but we're just disrespecting the 50%. And instead of expansions, we actually don't make these large retracements. That's not what we do. You can look right here. Look how we take out this high, right? You see this retracement here? We don't even come to the 50%. That's like an invalidation. So when you see this total invalidation, it also supports the signature of expansion method expansion, which is a reversal signature. So that's when you'd probably look to this low to get taken. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we can only get a deeper tracement when we take out like a relevant like drawn liquidity. Like this is a lot of liquidity, so that's when we get a retracement, like a deeper retracement. You know what I'm saying? But until this is met, we don't want to see a deeper tracement. Yeah, watch Afiz, bro. He's really good. Do I trade before 9:30? Oh yeah. So if you look at today, there's an example of you could have traded before 9:30 because look, and all the requirement for that would be you need to have a reversal or a manipulation prior to 8:30 and 9:30, or just prior to 9:30 is your question, right? If 8:30 manipulates, then we expect 9:30 to expand. If we have a manipulation prior to 8:30, then we expect 8:30 to expand, right? We have this manipulation, or this this is manipulation actually. It's SMT manipulation with ES, and we have this consolidation up here to target. And why we can do that is because of this. The 2 amp candle creates the manipulation. And so this next 4-hour open, like I said, you want to wait for the next time opening to basically have that next IPTA phase. So manipulation here, expansion the next candle. And what do we need for an expansion in a small opposing run? So yeah, all this happens prior to 8:30. And you see 8:30, we make a small opposing run, right? So it's just expansion with expansion, retracement. Why do we know this is retracement? Look at the equal highs up here. And again, we expand into this fair value gap. Right? We expand into this low and then we expand away. Right? So you see how this is all fractal, right? So equal highs, expansion into this low, consolidation, expansion into this low, and expansion away. Now that's the signature we're looking for. This is not the signature we're looking for reversal. It's not reversal, so we look for this low to become the reversal point. You see how it's fractal? And 9:30 opens like where? Like right here. So you see how the reversal is already put in? So I would looking for buys instead of this range low to this range high, but it doesn't even pull back. Because you can look for continuation at these time openings because manipulation has already occurred. So now it's just about distribution. Yeah, no problem, guys. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hop off here. Uh, what would my advice to beginners? Um, I would look for I would learn IPTA, the phase and price, the signatures that each phase kind of form, I guess, and open, high, low, close logic, which I covered in this stream, so you can just watch it back. I covered basically like that's what the stream was about, pretty much. If you just learn that, like everyone's model, like, everyone's literally just trading that. If you look at T-Trade's fractal model, it's that. If you look at AM's model, it's just that. It's just IPTA and catching expansions. Within weekly profiles, what is weekly profiles? Open, high, low, close, open, low, high, close. It's all the same thing. So if you just master that, you can easily build a model. Because that is the foundation to every model. That's the foundation to the market. We cannot even, it's not even a theory. Like IPTA, or these cycles is not a theory because, yeah, internal range to external range is just a reversal point into an objective. So it's still IPTA. You're still going to have IPTA in there. You're still going to have manipulation away from the IRL, right? Like MXM, which is essentially just like internal range, external range, external range, internal range, and like trading away from swing points like manipulation. So like order pairing ranges. That's all just same thing, bro. It's just IPTA because the retracement is the sell side of the curve, right? The smart money reversal is the manipulation, and the stages of distribution is just redistribution. It's just IPTA, right? It's all IPTA, pretty much. And we can just use internal range to external range as a framework, pretty much. But you still need to have those IPTA signatures supporting these ideas, right? So this is just a internal range to external range. Now, what are we waiting for? that signature on the lower time frame, which we do have, but we're also waiting for the new open of this candle. So you see how we're using open, high, low, close logic, and not just we're not just going to start looking for trades inside of this candle. We're going to wait for the next candle because this candle doesn't support expansion. We look for the next candle. So it's a lot of stuff combined, but yeah. I think I already did. I already showed that. So you can rewatch, but you talk a lot about AMD. Yeah, AMD is just a continuation pattern, pretty much. So it's like, I mean, it's also a reversal pattern, but it's the best when it's a continuation because this is when we already expect expansion, or this is right. We already expect manipulation because we can't reverse from consolidation. So we expect this consolidation to be targeted. And this is AMD. This right here is also AMD, but it's the reversal version, right? When we hit this low, we can get any phase of price after expansion. So that's why it's different. Awesome, bro. Yeah, maybe I'll make some YouTube videos this weekend, but I don't know. I might record a back test too. Yeah, that's what I mean by IPTA. It's just phases in price. But you guys, I'm gonna hop off. I'll catch y'all later.